What is up, Michigan Nation? It's your boy TJ Ronin. You can find me on the socials at TJ_Ronin. And I got my guy, my right-hand man, Johnny Mother effing Olden in the house, who is going to be joining us for the long haul here, the official co-host of the Michigan Wolverines call-in show. Johnny Olden, what's up, brother?
Nothing much. What's going on, bro? Glad to be here. Glad to be here. And you can follow me on YouTube, Johnny Olden Jr., Twitter, Johnny Olden Jr.
Yep. Get at our boy. Show some love, obviously. And you know, honestly, Johnny, I don't even know if you need introductions. Everybody knows who you are, but let the people know who might be new. I mean, so just for everybody, so everyone knows, this is a new era for the call-in show. You know, it's May 1st. You know, I wanted to bring Johnny to the show because I was looking for somebody that I felt brought energy and passion and knowledge, who also is not afraid to talk his shit. So we brought Johnny to the show. I'm excited to have him. Let's do the damn thing. I did put the call-in link in the chat, guys. I will put it in the description when I get a moment if anyone wants to call in. We will be taking calls, 5-minute calls. You know the deal. And for every $100, we go an extra hour. Looking forward to that. I will say, though, of course, and you guys already know this is a damn theme. We have a show and the Pistons are on. Like, that seems to be just the way. The NBA hates me. It's okay, though. Hopefully the Pistons could pull it off. Not a good start for them right now. We'll figure it out, though. Shout out to everybody in the chat. It's good to see everybody that we're familiar with. And we already have a super chat, Johnny. We got GT in the house. Welcome to the show, Johnny. Perfect addition to the team. Help us keep our delusional rivals accountable every week. Dude, I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's one of the major reasons I was like, Johnny, you gotta join, man. You gotta join, because Johnny will put a Buckeye in check. He will let a Buckeye know the deal. So glad go.
Nothing I love more than to cook a Buckeye.
Yeah,
nothing
exactly.
I love more.
Exactly, bro. So, all right, brother. I know we did the post game, which, by the way, was amazing, and for the spring game, great weekend. And so, you know, haven't talked to you since. Our audience, you know, maybe I'm sure you've covered it on your channel and your show. By the way, if you don't know, if you are not familiar with Johnny, the car lives are like a staple. Like, they are, you know. That's what it is, bro. And like, they are popping, bro. And Johnny leaves he's no filter for the most part. But yes, just so you guys know the deal. But all right, so give me your thoughts now. You've had some time to kind of like digest the spring game. You know, we know what we saw on the field, and I don't know, did you watch the replay on Sunday?
Yeah, you know, I was tuned in.
So you know, you got the replay on Sunday. What's your, you know, where we at, man? Like, what's going through your mind? What's your thoughts since you've been able to digest it, look at everything twice? What are you thinking for the direction of the 2025 year? And then, is there any players that you may have concerns about? Any players you think are, you know, blowing up, or, you know, what's your thoughts here?
For the most part, it was just watching it on TV. It was a little bit better than at the stadium, you know, because so much is going on. People were trying to take pictures during the game. It was wild for us. But watching it on TV and getting to see, I saw some of the things that I thought I saw, you know, the way Bryce was throwing it, you know, some people may say, oh, well, they were incompletions, but it's still the way he was throwing it, the touch and things like that. I liked, it was different to see it pop off of his arm. Now Evan Link struggled, of course, we all know that. But besides that, I like Browder. I like what I see out of him. Like,
yeah,
I think that back shoulder fade in the end zone, I think that's a catch during the year. By mid-season, I think he's catching that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a flash. And I was saying this before. The pressure was on Bryce, but we all think about, okay, it's just on Bryce in the spring game because the whole city in Detroit and Ann Arbor, they're all talking about Bryce. But the pressure was also on the receivers because everybody's talking about Bryce, the quarterback. What does he need? Offensive line, and he needs receivers to catch the ball. So I think the receivers were kind of nervous, especially those young guys, because it's so much not only on Bryce's plate to get the passing game where it's where we want it to be, but also pressure on the receivers. So I think those receivers are going to just take a little time to calm down and understand, okay, just take a deep breath. You know how to do this. You know how to do it. So that's what I think with the offense. The defense, I think the defense is going to be lights out, honestly. Dominic Nichols and the Metcalf brothers, they got Derek Morse, of course. What's the Cole Sullivan?
Houseman, Barr, Benny.
Exactly. So defense is fine. The worry is just, will that offensive line be where we want it, where we need it to be, so we don't have to put the game on Bryce and he can be a game manager, or will it not be there and then we do have to put it on Bryce, which we don't want to do. We want to run it, let him be a game manager, make a couple throws, big time throws here and there, and similar to how we played with JJ. That's at least for this year until you see he's ready. Okay, let's give him more. Now he's going from 20 passes a game to 25 or 30.
Yeah, right. That's actually a great point because, like, what, like when you were saying that, like, we don't want to put it on Bryce's shoulders too early, but when that game does happen where it is on Bryce's shoulders and he does pull through, that's going to be the moment where, like, okay, like, we're cooking now. Like, we're going to be a serious problem.
That's what we're waiting on.
Yeah, when that moment comes, when we know that he literally willed us to victory, and I am confident that will happen. When will it happen is the question, right? That'll be exciting. We'll obviously go nuts. So let me ask you this: what's your thoughts on the offensive line? Do you feel like you're more comfortable after seeing that game, or are you more concerned after seeing that game?
I'm a little bit concerned about Evan Link if that's who they're going with. Yeah. It's hard to judge the offensive line as a whole because it was mix and match. But he stuck out as being like, all right, bro, you haven't gotten better at all, have you? So I'm gonna ask you this. do you see, because Sharon Moore acted like Babaloa is in the mix, like to start at tackle.
Yeah.
Do you think that's gonna happen?
Yeah, I do, because I think they're looking for an answer. Like, I think they're looking for solutions to a problem that they know they have. But, right now we're looking at Evan Link, Brady Norton, and Andrew Babaloa competing for that left tackle spot.
So are we done in the portal?
Yes. We're done. We're done at wide receiver and offensive line. I know they're trying to contact a corner right now for some depth, but they are essentially not. They're doing what they did last year, not filling the obvious needs.
It seems like we got plenty of corners.
Yeah, I feel, dude. What's funny is there's some people who stress concern over corner, but I'm actually real comfortable with the room. I think that room looks really good. Rod Moore is going to be back. He could potentially play nickel. I mean, Jeremiah Lowe looked good. I mean, I know Juju's like, well, he got burnt a few times in the spring game, but I mean, when I look at Jair Hill, Zeke Berry, Shamari Earls, Tevis Metcalf, and then we were talking before the show, Caleb Anderson, the veteran from Louisiana Raging Cajuns, Ricky Johnson, the veteran from UNLV. I mean, it's good to have veteran depth. They played in games, they've started. I just and let's not forget, and we talked about this too. Let's not forget about Keyshawn Harris. He's still on the roster, right? So,
it's crazy that he's still around.
There's Josiah. I didn't even mention Josiah Edmond, and Josiah Edmond got some run too in the spring game. So I mean, I am comfortable at corner, but we'll just have to see there. I mean, my biggest concern is left tackle, and Anthony Simpson's joining the team in June. Lawrence Tatar's joining the team in June. He's an offensive guard. Lawrence Tatar, I believe, is 6'5". I mean, it's potentially possible they try and rotate him at left tackle. I don't know why they don't move Andrew Sprague to left tackle. I don't understand what the hesitancy is there. I feel like that's where they should put him. So, yeah, Lawrence Tatar is 6'5", 335. I mean, it might be a little big. He's probably a little too big for left tackle. It's a monster. We'll see. But let's get anything out, any players that stood out to you that impressed you, exceeded your expectations?
On defense, at least the Metcalf twins. Oh, well, not twins, brothers. They popped off like from the TJ popped off right from the beginning. When he flew up on I think Bryce was trying to throw an out route and he almost jumped it. Both of those dudes flew off the screen, plus Cole Sullivan, Dominic Nichols. Offensively, Donovan McCulley, just that big body. And with football, this is any sport. With me, I want you to look the part. And he looks the part. Like he looks like his body is like he's been in the weight room, everything, and he's ready to have a breakout year, so and he's 6'5". So I think he's gonna be the blanket that Bryce or Jaden Davis needs, So
he looks like an NFL wide receiver.
Bro, when I saw him a couple weeks ago, it was a picture. I was like, who is this?
Yeah, I think you came to me, you're like, is this McCauley? I'm like, dude, that's Donovan McCauley, bro. He's gonna be a problem, bro. I think so, dude. I think he's gonna have a monster year. I'm excited to have him.
And he put on he's got the number 1 right now, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he is number 1. And he's coming for that. He's coming for that legacy. And the reason why he didn't transfer the year prior is because of that. He had to get credits, a certain amount of credits. So it is what it is. But I mean, that's where we are. I'll be honest. I feel like with me and John, I felt like with the post game after the spring game and then Tuesday's live show, I kind of felt like there was a bit of a negative vibe, and I just didn't like it. But we do have the concerns, and we're going to talk about them, right? We're not going to, at the end of the day. All right. So last question, we'll get to our super chats and our callers. And all right, give me your record prediction for 2025 because we talked about it. Hold on, before you say it, we talked about it. I've adjusted my prediction. John, I believe, is still held strong on his prediction. After watching the spring game, what is your thoughts on this? What do you think the team's going to do in 2025 record wise?
I'm gonna go 10-2.
Okay, that's where John's at. I'm at 9-3 now.
See, I can't go there because then I don't know if we're in the playoff. I'm hoping the team is feeling just like me. We can't lose more than 2 games.
I know, man.
So if we drop one, the focus is gonna go up. I know they feeling it. I know they're gonna be feeling it this year. Like we can drop one, but that's about it. We can drop 1 or 2, but that's it.
I know, man. Listen, when I say 9-3, I'm aware of the consequences. I know. I hear you, bro. I need playoffs. I need playoffs. This is not a rebuild. This is not you get an extra year because you have a freshman quarterback. No. You chose this path. You need to own this path. So hopefully Michigan comes through and does the damn thing. Let's get to our super chat. Go on, Johnny.
A few years back, 9-3 possibly with a 12 team, 9-3 possibly could have got you in because the conferences weren't scheduling like they are now. Mm-hmm. Now they're giving the top teams easier schedules.
Yeah, right.
So it's not going. You're probably not going to make it with the 9-3.
Yeah, and our schedule is cake next year. So they better figure it out. All right, so we got Elijah in the house, 499 super chat. What's up? Welcome to the family where we catch more W's than Fred Moore in a season. Shit. Elijah's always throwing his shots at Fred Moore and Samaj. Kyoki, we're gonna give a shout out here to Kyoki, putting in work, doing the dishes, helping the family out, doing, the manly thing. Shout out to Kyoki. Glad you're listening, brother. We got Elijah Bowman in the house, 499. I don't think Jordan Young is getting enough looks. He looked really solid. Our safety room is deep and young. Yeah, I mean, I kind of forgot about Jordan Young. You're right.
Safety
some people have concerns.
Very deep.
Yeah, when you look at Brandon Hillman, Mason Curtis, and then Rod Moore coming back at some point, I mean, hopefully the start of the year, like
Mangum, Mason Curtis.
Yeah, we don't hear a lot about Mangum though, which is crazy. He was one of Michigan State's best defenders. He comes here, and he did have a playbook adjust. He had to learn the playbook, and we'll see if he can make some noise this fall camp and get into the the season and get some type of role. We'll see. It's deep though. And then the way freaking our guy Lamar Morgan's recruiting, dude. Elijah Dotson, Jordan Young, Kanoa Winston. Yeah, he just, All right, so then we got our guy DePaul 1148 with the $5 super sticker. We appreciate you. Thank you for contributing. We got GT in the house. Shout out to GT. In my opinion, Bryce passed in the spring game. His passes had zip. I agree on them, and that we didn't see it all last year. Yeah,
facts.
It was nice to see a quarterback complete a pass.
Yeah.
It
was. And to have that arm strength, and a lot of those passes were just off, just a little bit, just a little more chemistry, just a little better timing.
Yeah.
It's so early. They got plenty of time.
Who was I listening to? There was somebody I was listening to, and they said, they felt like Bryce Hunter was just, and especially in the beginning, just a little excited, being in front of that crowd, wanting, holding, maybe just holding things a little too tight. He's got to play loose, and he'll be just fine. He'll find his. There's a lot of videos of him. I don't know how. I know some people are not on social media as much as others. There's a lot of videos floating around of him staying late, working in the field. He'll be just fine. He'll figure it out. Elijah Bowman, $99 after rewatch. Link actually didn't look that bad. Elijah, I can't. Did someone take your phone? Who took your phone? That ain't you, Elijah. Elijah giving a compliment like that to somebody who's questionable.
Bryce just got to put that timing in with the receivers. It's all about throwing those deep balls, those go routes, and all that stuff. It's all about timing with your receivers. You got to understand how fast they are, and when you need to let it go, and how you need to throw it.
Yeah,
so got to put the work in with your teammates.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like he's playing with a whole batch of mismatched players, like freaking, you got an offensive line that's meshed together. You got wide receivers who are not your ones. They're not he's running with the ones.
Exactly.
Right? And a lot of the ones were on the yellow team. So, we'll
Let
see.
Me ask you, are you tired of the mix and match spring game? I'm tired of it, bro.
Well, how else do you do it though?
Just do a regular one-on-one like everybody else.
Oh, like one. So you have your ones go against your ones defense and your two offense go, but here's what the problem with that is. One team is not like, you mean not even having teams. You're saying just go 1 versus 1s and 2 versus 2s?
Yeah.
Then who wins? Then who gets a steak dinner with that?
You enjoy your ones for a half, and then you let the backups have a second half or the third and all.
You don't want the players going to the chop house, Johnny? You want to keep it all to yourself now?
I do. You're right about that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not mad at it. It would be nice to see, I don't know.
I just want to get a better. We don't get anything in the off season, so I just want a better look at the team for myself.
Yeah,
I want to judge them for myself.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. All right, we got another super chat here. We got the $1.99. Tevis Metcalf needs to be in the rotation nickel. I'm not mad at that. Tevis Metcalf needs to be in the rotation, period. I think that kid has a lot of potential. We got GT throwing the 5, beating the Buckeyes and Alabama with Kirk Campbell gives me a lot of hope for the season. It should. I mean, let's be honest. We are way more competent at quarterback, at offensive coordinator, even wide receiver with Donovan. I mean, I don't want to say like much more competent, but like Donovan McCauley's there. We got Anthony Simpson coming in. We got some young bucks, Browder and Andrew Marsh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a better and with And we almost made the playoffs last year. We would have, we had a quarterback who, or not yet. If we had a quarterback and a right tackle, we probably would have. We got Elijah Bowman here, 499. I'm very confident in the offense, honestly. What? All right, who hacked Elijah's phone? Who is this? Is this who's that dude who does those signs on Instagram? He's that Chinese guy. What's his name? Is it someone hack your phone, bro? It is good to remember that it was vanilla and Chip wasn't calling plays and Bryce only had 15 practices. I can't believe this is Elijah right now. This is blowing my Shout out to Elijah. I like it. All right, we got William S. Kane, 10-hour super chat. Thank you. And I will update the ticker in a moment, guys. TJ and Johnny Olden, gentlemen, we're going to be better than most think. Go blue. I love it and I want it, bro. I want to be like Maniac. I want to go undefeated, bro. Let's go undefeated. Or our guy West Quad. West Quad's like we're going undefeated. Oh, the Pistons got it within 6. All right, so Elijah Bowman, $1.99. Rewatch the first half. Link has TJ Guy clamped.
Really? You're gonna make me have to go rewatch.
I know, man. Damn, Elijah's always making. Whenever Elijah does super chats, at some point I'm either gonna have to do some research and like verify what he's saying to me, and typically he's right, or have to go rewatch.
TJ Guy having TJ Guy clamped. I gotta see that.
My guy Marmar, who we'll bring him up here in a minute. He was like, bro, you got to see the end. He's like, you got to watch after the flea flicker play. You got to watch the interaction between Bryce Underwood and Sharon Moore. So I haven't seen it. I'm sure
he told me that too.
Yeah, where do I watch the replay? I deleted my replay after I watched it because I was like, all right, I'm done with this. It kind of frustrated me, to be honest. But yeah. Oh, we got another one, Elijah. Thank you, Elijah. I trust in the offense that doesn't have Fred Moore and Samaj Moore starting.
Oh, Fred Moore is probably gonna start.
All right. So now we're gonna get into this before we get to our callers. So I think Channing Goodwin's gonna start over Fred Moore.
How big is he?
How big's Channing Goodwin?
Yeah,
like 6'2", 6'3". Let's double.
Is he that big?
Yeah, I think so. Let's
double check. Small out there.
Maybe I'm wrong. Let me look. Oh, 6'1". They got him at 6'1".
Okay. You think I don't know, bro.
Well,
Fred Moore.
Z. He's not gonna play X. He's gonna play Z. You can have a 6'1" Z.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes.
So you got McCulley.
I have right now McCauley, Samaj Morgan, and Channing Goodwin. Because you can see the chemistry between Andrew and Bryce Underwood and Channing Goodwin. Like there's chemistry there.
I see it, but I just don't know if he's better than Fred Moore yet.
Well, can Fred Moore catch?
He can catch. He did okay. He did all right in the Bama game before Davis Warren got hurt. He was looking like a good receiver for a quarter and a half or something.
Yeah, Evan Link looked good too. And how I don't know. All right, Elijah Bowman $1.99. We want more Goodwin.
More Goodwin.
I think this means more Goodwin. All right, so we'll get our next caller up here. I'm gonna pull Juju up here. He'll be our first caller. And then I will also update our banner here. Thank you guys, by the way, for the super chats, super stickers, and thank you for everyone who's watching. Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you rocking with us. Appreciate you hitting the like button. Appreciate you sharing the show. And I just want to let you guys know, this is the first show of a lot and many to come where me and John are gonna be doing the damn thing. We're looking forward to it. We're in for a good year, boys. We're in for a good year, a good fun time. Let's do the damn thing. Let's pull Juju up. What up, Juju? How you doing, brother?
Yo, what's good? What's good?
What up?
Shoot. I'm watching the Pistons trying to win right now.
But
they're down by 2.
They should have finished the series already, bro. To be honest with you.
Well, maybe if you call fouls, you might have.
Oh boy.
They're a young team, bro. They're giving up like a 10, 15-point lead every game, bro.
I know. I don't disagree. That first game they weren't ready for, to be honest.
You know, you gotta have a maturation in the NBA. It's growing pains in the playoffs.
Anyway, yeah, I just finished up watching the spring game again.
How many times you watched it, Juju?
Shit, bro. I think this is my 13th time running it back.
Are you serious? 13?
I mean, just watching different positions. Like
you're a sicko.
I watch different positions like the whole game, and then I'll run it back, and then I'll do it again. But Elijah, I got a lot of points to make. I'm trying to run through them quickly.
No, you're good. Go for it, bro. You're good.
Elijah's not wrong. In the first half, he did look good against TJ Guy. My problem with Link is he's inconsistent. Like he looked good against TJ Guy, and then he was getting his ass kicked the rest of the game. Like his footwork was a little sloppy. he looks overweight, bro. Like I'll keep saying it, he looks heavy as hell. He looks about 335, bro. And you can't.
Who is he going against? Who is he going against the rest of the game?
Who was it? God damn. Keyshawn Bennett, bro.
Who's gone?
Like that was some of the game. I forget his other name. It'll come to me. But yeah, that's why I think he's gonna be fine. But I really do think the staff thinks that they have the deepest and best edge group in the Big Ten, at least, and they're not gonna see. I mean, we don't have Oregon, we don't have Penn State at all. Like,
right.
In Ohio State, I'm not believing their edges. They went and picked up bro from North Carolina, but his best games came against bad teams. So I'm not scared of any D line. So I think Link's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
The other guy's a phobie. You know, I went back. I thought he played fine. Then I went back and watched him, and there's 2 certain plays where he just gives Benny the business, bro. Like, he's moving him.
I think a phobie's ready. Here's what I think, because Sharon Moore said left tackle and right guard are still like up for grabs, but I really think he's essentially just like not giving it to a phobia because he's got to earn it, right? But I think a phobie's got it, dude. Like he just looks good. He looks physically ready for it, and I agree. When I watch a phobia, I like what I see.
I mean, letting him interview and stuff, you can kind of get it. Just like, I mean, you got Bryce throwing out the first pitch of the Detroit game. You got Suge, you got Jair here throwing out the first pitch of the White Sox game. Yeah. Like you can kind of tell like where they want these guys in the spotlight. But that's like for me and the offensive line. Outside of that, the other starters played fine, I thought. But wide receiver, I hear all the debates. Like, and if I'm being honest, I think our best 3 are McCauley, Goodwin, and Moore. A lot of people can say what they want again on Moore, but when Shannon Good was in the slot, he looked the best. Yeah,
you think Goodwin's going to play the Y, right?
Absolutely. I think that's where he should. His body is built like a slot receiver.
Yeah, he is. That's why I was saying he looks small.
Like bro, he's put together now. Like, he's put together. Like, he reminds me of a KJ Hill of Ohio State years back. Like, he's got wheels on him. So I think that's our best 3. And a lot of people are worried about the drop from Moore, but I'm not, bro. I mean, he played like 1-2 series and he had 1 drop and targeted 2 times. I'm not worried about it.
I think he played more than 2 series.
We only got targeted 2 times. I think it was 3 series. Actually.
Yeah, it was 2 targets. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I got to see it. It's one of those things you got to prove it to me. You know, you got to prove it to me.
I mean, but then Maj was open too, and like I give Maj shit. Like, but he was open too. I mean, if BU goes through a progression just a little bit more, he got a little happy feet. Like, bro, I said BU. I meant fucking JD.
Yeah,
he got a little happy feet. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's for the offense. And I do think like we only seen like RPOs with BU. I didn't see him with JD. There was no RPO with JD at all. There was 11 personnel with BU. And if you go back and watch it, he handed it off every time, but we were running stacks on the outside to where we could have thrown the screen. Those are his options, but we chose not to show it. You're gonna see that in a game, and Chip Lindsey is gonna give him, the keys to do that. So he's got to make the play. So I don't know if you guys saw that though. That's huge.
Jaden Davis is that elongated delivery. It's just too slow. He's cooked. That out route that got picked. That's mostly because of that slow, long delivery.
And that's why I'm not giving Lowe that much credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did play fine. He played fine, but I'm not giving him that. Bro, JD, that was a terrible. His anticipation is bad. Like,
some of his throws were like, bro, what are you doing, bro?
Bro, Samaj had Lowe beat, and he decided to shade inside. You got to put that ball on his inside. You can't put it on his back shoulder when Lowe is on his back shoulder.
You talking about
the fade route that he cut inside. I mean, you just gotta look at where your receiver is, bro.
Yeah, he underthrew some of his deep throws bad.
Yeah, the only throw that he had that was good was dropped by Peyton O'Leary. He's the only one.
Yeah, we also have Anthony Simpson coming in June though, so I should add some competition to it.
I don't know how big is he. Pause. Like, isn't he like 6 foot?
He's
Pause.
5'10".
No,
He's
he
6 foot
ain't
or
that
some
big.
shit.
He's like, I think he's 5'11", and let's double check. I'll look. He
I just think,
is
bro. I just think you put your best 3 out there, and I think that's our
5'11".
best 3.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
that's what I think.
I'm thinking it's gonna be McCoy, Simpson, and Goodwin.
I want Goodwin on the field. He looked explosive.
Yeah.
So regardless, I mean, that's however you want to toss it up. I mean, I do think running a lot of 11 personnel in RPO, we're gonna see a shit ton of man coverage, and that's gonna tell us real early who can ball, bro. Like it's gonna tell us early who can get separation. I mean, I know we got Kendrick Bell coming back. They're excited about him. You know,
he's injured.
Yeah, he's gonna be ready for the season, but I don't know how much he's gonna play. I don't know. He's kind of probably gonna fall behind, but I don't know how you guys feel about Kendrick Bell, but he got the most snaps out of any wide receiver and rarely any targets last year. It made 0 sense.
I mean, I thought he flashed, but he did have some drops, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they love him because he blocks and he's good in the run game, but I don't know. I mean, it's at the end of the day, and we all know this. Like, it was just hard to get a good read on anything because we had an incompetent offensive coordinator and a quarterback roulette. Like, who knew? Remember that game? Who was that game? Was it Washington where like Davis Warren came in the game and like had that amazing drive? Was that no?
Jack Tuttle. Yeah, I was hyped, bro. I was like, damn.
Dude, I was like, oh, we found one, and then it was over
for one series.
I was like, oh, we're good. We're gonna playoffs. But yeah.
Do you guys I heard you guys touched on the nickel, the Tevis Metcalf. That's intriguing. Tevis Metcalf at nickel. I mean, I do think our best lineup is Rob Moore healthy, Beer Hillman, and then Mason Curtis at nickel.
I think so too. But
when he gets healthy, though, I mean, we're gonna have to wait for that.
But just put him in the rotation, right? I mean, he doesn't got to start.
Exactly.
You know, they rotate those DBs anyways.
Because I think it's Mason Curtis and TJ Metcalf in the nickel position. You rotate anyone else. If we get that corner from North Texas, I do think he's better than Caleb Anderson. So
yeah, it's interesting they're going after him. I know they were trying to get him for a visit. Are you aware of what the holdup is? Because I've been so busy, bro. I just have not been able to really pay attention.
I think it's playing time because it's not transcripts.
Okay. Is he a graduate?
For a player like him. What'd you say?
Is he a graduate or he has a lot of eligibility? I just don't know.
Pretty sure he's a graduate.
Right now. I've been dealing with the good things on my end personally. So I've just been too busy to pay attention to anything.
I mean, the only thing that I worry about is just Zeke is fine, but I worry about his size. You can't do shit about a 6'3" receiver going up to get it. He's 5'11". He's 5'10".
That's true.
Yeah, but 5'11", like, dude, there's 5'11" corners in the league going against 6'4", 6'5" wide receivers. I mean, shit, look at DJ Reed.
I get it.
Look at DJ Reed.
On making a play on the ball, Yeah,
I'm just saying that's the only thing.
Half the corners, if not 60-70% of the corners in college, don't even turn around and find the ball.
Yeah,
I know. I can't believe it. It's got to be tough. I've never played corner, but I mean, it's got to be tough.
But
you have to practice it, bro. You have to get used to actually looking. If not, you'll just be terrified the rest of your life.
That's why, bro. That's why having Rob Moore back is so huge, because like, bro, he's the quarterback out there. He's gonna get everyone in position. He's gonna, bro. He can shade someone. Like, I don't really have that many concerns about Jair. I know the double move's been hurt him, but he has the length and athleticism. Like Zeke Berry, he's very smart. He can play any position. I just worry about when it comes to that 50-50 ball. I mean, bro, he's not that athletic, but he can ball. Don't get me wrong. It's like, you know what I'm saying? You can't do shit about being 6'4", 6 whatever. They're gonna go up and high point it.
But the style of defense we run, how much is he gonna be getting jump balls thrown on him without help?
Ohio State, Oklahoma is gonna try it.
I'm saying you could try that. How many times are you gonna be able to do that and get away with it before?
Well, no, I agree. I'm just saying
cut your water off
something.
On that.
Unless someone shades him. I guess that's the only weakness I would say part of this defense is the corner.
My thing with Zeke is he thrived. I can't knock him. Even if he is fine, I just can't knock him because he thrived at the position. Started making big plays.
I'm not knocking him at all. I know he can ball. He's a dog, bro. He can play any nickel, safety, corner. He's just a football player.
Listen to Garrison. That's what that is.
Man, I didn't even hear him talk about his size.
Yeah, he's always saying he's tiny.
Juju, I don't go on Twitter all day today. I go to my Twitter, I got like 30 notifications, and it's you and this dude going at each other. And then at the end, you guys are talking about how like you're respectful to one another. Like homie's like, oh, I can't even talk shit to you. You're too respectful.
Bro, I was trying to talk ball. I would like to troll, but I was trying to talk ball. I didn't even know he was a Ohio State fan, bro.
He's always trying to troll. He wants to troll, but I guess you didn't give him the opportunity.
Yeah, no, that was funny,
I don't even know him. You know him? You know him?
No, I have no. Bro, I don't know. I don't know majority of the people I'm in
conversation. If you comment under Garrison's, he's usually lurking somewhere.
Yeah, Garrison be trying to bait, bro. He be trying to bait
cages, bro. Garrison's job is to rattle cages. I'll tell you that. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I swear to God, bro. He made this one post about, bro. He tagged me talking about how BU is gonna be like Braxton Miller. He's like, you're gonna have Braxton Miller running around the whole time. I'm like, bro, that is not what he's gonna. Bro, Braxton Miller has nowhere near the talent that BU has as an arm. Not even close.
No,
it's not close, bro.
Braxton was legs.
Juju, give us your final thoughts here, bro, so I can finish get these super chats and we can get to some more calls.
Yeah, I think I gave my season prediction, but I think if I didn't, I have us at 10-2. I just don't. I don't see anyone outside of Ohio State or Oklahoma that can hurt us.
We're gonna start tracking everyone's season's predictions. So Johnny's at 10-2. You're at 10-2. I'm at 9-3. Where's my mouse? Okay.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma gets us early. Just because I think it's gonna be a night game. I really think it's gonna be a night. Yeah, and it's gonna be rocking, and it's gonna be BU's first true road game, and I think we lose a close one. Other than that, the only other possible loss I can see is, Ohio State. That's really, I'm not scared of Nebraska or USC, even though they're road games. I'm just not. So I think we can get in the playoff losing one Big Ten game.
Yeah, I
the
think
Oklahoma game don't matter to me. Like I want to win it, but it's like it's out of conference.
I think we can give Nebraska Dylan Raiola a real headache, and USC worries me going out there though. That worries me a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Their defense usually chokes.
USC's got a Mexican quarterback though. I ain't worried about that.
It's not about that, Juju. It's about traveling to the West Coast.
Shout out to my Latinos, bro. Yeah, I don't know. He hasn't started. I've never seen him play, so we'll see.
All right, Juju. We'll get you out of here, brother. We'll talk next week. Have a good weekend, man.
Yeah, you too. Go Blue.
Go Blue, brother.
Go Blue.
And by the way, shout out to fucking Juju for having shit to do the weekend of the spring game, but still making it to the spring game and sitting with us. Fucking, I rock with Juju. So
that was dope. If you
would have been nice,
you missed out.
Huh?
You missed out if you didn't show up to the spring game. It was a blast.
Garrison, he's talking to you. All right, we got Elijah Bowman here. I don't get the Fred Moore train. The bros best game required a natural disaster. He's talking about the Alabama game. Elijah Bowman here with the 499 super chat. We got, I don't know if y'all remembered, but after 2021 Georgia game, Trevor Keegan and Ryan Hayes went from 325 to 305. They cut because it's hard to block fast edges.
That's a fact.
I'm trying to remember.
And it wasn't a natural disaster. I live in Tampa. That was normal for us. That monsoon for like 15 minutes and then it's 100 degrees again. That was normal stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That was a fun game. That was an amazing start to that game. I love that game. Hold up. All right. So I got Elijah Bowman here, 499 again. I agree. Samaj and Lowe beat on the deep route. Samaj had Lowe beat on the deep route. JD should have had the ball inside.
And Fred Moore has what you want. He's got the speed.
We'll see. I'm off the Fred Moore train. We'll see.
One drop, TJ. One drop.
I mean, but it's not even that. Like, he just doesn't produce. And I know he had listen.
Who produced though? He was the only who produced besides Loveland last year.
That's why we talk about who's train am I rocking on? Like although I'm trying to like not have to say pause right now, but like, all right, McCauley all aboard, Channing Goodwin all aboard, Fred Moore not, Andrew Marsh all aboard.
How you gonna be on Goodwin's board all aboard? Yeah, already.
Fucking Jamar Browder all aboard. That's where I'm at, bro. All aboard. We'll see.
I think Fred Moore gonna surprise some people this year.
I hope he does, bro. Like, I'll tell you one thing. I am not afraid to take an L. I will take a damn L because you know what? If I'm wrong, that's good for us. That's good. I want to be wrong.
That's what I always say.
GT 10-hour super chat. Do you think Jim Knowles will have a chip on his shoulder and try to prove a point by doing too much on his own next season, or will he continue the legacy of Jerry Sandusky and do it all? GT. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you watched last Tuesday's show, but Elijah was going in. I think it was Elijah. Somebody had a tweet about what was it? They were like, Fred Moore has. I thought it was. I was like, this is a GT tweet. Super chat. It said Fred Moore has more drops than a sperm bank. Damn. I feel like Elijah had to have done that. That's an Elijah one too. But it was just so funny. I was like, that's so GT. I'm not going to touch that one, GT. I'm going to stay far away from that super chat. Jackson Johnson, 12-hour super chat. Here's to the second hour. Johnny Olden Jr., welcome to Voice of College Football. Jackson, shout out to you, bro. We'll be having you on in a minute. We'll get our guy Jackson up next. Then we got Timothy Redmond. Then we got Mar, who's holding it down, waiting very patiently for us. Let me update the banner. Actually, we'll get the next caller up here. Let's get Jackson Johnson. Speaking of Jackson Johnson, what's up, buddy?
It's going pretty good, Tage. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing great, brother. How you doing?
Good.
I'm doing all right. Just keeping an eye on the Nebraska call-in show on my laptop and watching the Ohio State call-in show and keeping an eye on what Mr. Pate's saying, waiting for him to release that interview he did with Kalen DeBoer on my phone.
For those who don't know, I'm sure you do because Jackson's made appearances. Jackson Johnson is a college football encyclopedia. He eats, breathes, and shits this shit. And yeah, bro. I mean, I'm not surprised to hear that you're watching all the shows at the same damn time. Which call-in show's doing the best right now? Is it the Michigan call-in show?
Looks like it to me. I know those Nebraska boys are celebrating. They're celebrating all.
Let's talk about it.
I mean, like Trey.
We've had, not to cut you off, Jackson. We've had some, Mar, get back up here, brother. But we've had some people in the chat talk about the Trey Taylor situation. For those who don't know, Trey Taylor, who many of us liked, committed to Nebraska because Michigan kind of went in a different direction. And shout out to Brian of the Nebraska channel at the Voice of College Football. He actually is in very good communication with Trey Taylor. I've known about what's going on very recently because of his conversations. I knew he was going to Nebraska. Recently, I found out, but before he was public. But yeah, man. I mean, what do you think about this, Johnny? I mean, obviously, Ryder Lyons appears to be USC bound, and if it's not USC bound, it's looking like BYU. So, did Michigan potentially make a bad play here?
I mean, it's looking like it right now. But we got the other kid that's supposed to be coming in what, 27? Was it Spriegel?
Yes, Brady Smigiel, who I fucking
TJ did a video on him last Saturday.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to try and get him on, bro. I am a fan of his game, bro. I think people are sleeping on Brady Smigiel. I really do.
Yeah, so as long as we can get somebody in here pretty soon, bro, it's like we just can't end up in the situation we ended up last year with Jaden Davis, who obviously wasn't ready, and then Davis Warren and Alex Orji. Like, look at your quarterback room. It's ridiculous. Like, if we end up with a freshman having to be the guy, it needs to be somebody like Bryce or something.
Yeah. Oh, we got Jackson. Jackson's keeping count because we have the second hour unlocked with his 12-hour super chat. So we have achieved a second hour, and we are 100 away from a third hour. Let's do the damn thing. But no, you're not. So let me ask you this: have you looked at Brady Smigiel, Johnny? Have you looked into him at all, or?
No, I haven't looked at his film yet.
Well, let's pull it up. How about that?
Let's
take a
pull it
look
up.
at it. Let's pull that shit up, bro. Let me get it, and we'll look at it together. For those who haven't seen it yet, I think he's a player that I think Michigan fans should be more excited about him. I really do. I think so for those who don't know, he is the either the 8th or the 9th highest QB commit to ever commit to Michigan. Okay. He's a top 100 player overall. He's the number 7 quarterback in the class. He has a lot of potential, man. Like, I mean, not even like this kid. Like, for example, if we look at his stats here.
49 touchdowns,
3 interceptions,
3 picks.
Now,
and 460 rushing. Sheesh.
Right. The most underrated aspect to his game that I think people need to talk about a lot more, and I'm going to give myself a slight pat on the back here. I'm the only person I know who talked to it. Out of everyone I've watched or listened to, I'm the only one who really talked about it. He throws his guys open, and there'll be some plays where I'll show this, and it's ridiculous. He's making junior level college throws at the high school level. His anticipation for the play developing is not high school level. It's very good. I mean, it's actually it's quite special. And here's exactly what I'm talking about. So if we look at this, look at him throw this guy open.
Oh, baby.
So right here, look at where I messed up.
Yes.
But if we look, come on, why is this messing up? All right, we play this. So look where he's throwing this ball. Where's the guy? The guy's at the damn logo.
That's anticipation.
Look at this window. This is not common high school shit.
Bro, that's like an NFL throw.
Dude, you're not wrong. Like, guys, I'm telling you, he's being slept on. We need to appreciate this commit more. Look at him drop this right in the bucket.
Goodness.
Like, he is a polished passer.
And the anticipation is crazy on some of these throws for high school.
It's insane. You want to know why people are knocking him, Johnny? Is because he's not a dual threat quarterback. But you just saw him run right here. Like, I'm not saying he's going to burn anybody because he's not. But what you will also see in these highlights is he will extend plays. He will buy more time. He's able to throw on the run, like right here. And like he's a very like that wasn't the best throw. It wasn't. I'll be fully transparent. But there's another one. Look at him throw his guy.
Yeah, look at him. Like, and you don't need a guy to be Mike Vick or something. You just need him to be able to extend plays and make a few plays with his legs when you need him to.
Exactly. And like, look, his players behind this referee right now, he is already releasing the ball. There are 2 defenders again. He is going to throw he's going to throw his wide receiver open. Look at this. Stupid. Not common.
Yeah.
He's good. We're sleeping on him. He needs more. People need to be more excited about it. It's a very good addition. It will extend the trajectory of our quarterback room after Bryce. So if he redshirts his freshman year, he will have 3 years of eligibility after Bryce Underwood. You know,
his anticipation and ball placement is pretty ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. John, son of a bitch. Oh, super chats. I was watching the huddle tape.
Halfway there to that third hour, good buddy. Halfway there.
John, you didn't have to do that. Thank you, buddy. All right, let's get to him. All right, let's give a shout out here to Lance Flory, member for 5 months. Thank you, Lance, for being a part of our community. We appreciate you. Detective Loki, where you been, brother? It's been a minute. Gifted a membership to Michigan at the Voice of College Football. Welcome to the community, to the new member. We got GT in the house. Smigiel's throwing reminds me a lot of JJ. I think he has some JJ in him for sure. I mean, I can see some of that. I mean, JJ obviously had a little more athleticism. I mean, not a little more. He had more athleticism.
He looks more polished throwing than JJ.
So that is one of the things that makes him what's crazy is, so for those who don't know either about Brady Smigiel, he was a 5-star. He has dropped in the rankings, but there's a big belief that it's because he's not a dual threat quarterback. But I mean, you can see right now he can escape the pocket. He can make a defense play honest. Like if a defense doesn't want to respect his ability to move, he'll get a first down. He will pick up a first down, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to take it 50 yards, but he could pick up a first down. Let's give a shout out here to Nick, $9 super chat. Who finna go to the game this fall? Got to meet up. Nick, I'm going to tell you this. As of right now, May 1st, I fully intend on being at the Ohio State game. So I've talked to somebody who says they can get me tickets. So we'll see. But that's kind of the plan. I plan on going to that game. We'll have a good time. I'll update as we do it, or as we get to it. But we'll see. And then John D'Adamo, bro, you didn't have to do it, brother. You didn't have to do it, but we appreciate it. Let's welcome Johnny the right way and go for the 3rd hour, John.
Yes, sir. And shout out to John. That was my first time meeting John. What was that, about 2-3 weeks ago at the spring game? And he's a good dude. Good dude. I had fun with everybody, but it was nice to meet everybody. And John is dope.
I would say that weekend was nearly perfect. The only thing I wish we could have did a little differently is went to Skeeps a little earlier. Because that shit was so lined up into the parking garage. It was just, we were like, all right, whatever. We're not doing it. But that's really it. That's the only change. And let's not get a parking ticket. I would have liked to have avoided the parking ticket. But Ann Arbor has been paid. So we got the $1.99 super chat by our guy Tree Dog in the house. What's up, bro? Glad to meet you at the spring game. Also, it seemed like Lindsay really wants to go. Yeah, no, there's no doubt that he wanted. Like once he found out Brady Smigiel was back, kind of on the market. Once Washington started trending a different direction, Michigan was definitely, they pounced.
Watching this, I would want him too.
Yeah,
if you understand football and the way he's throwing these passes, the ball placement, the anticipation, the touch, he looks like he might be a beast.
John, to me, Rivals has been smoking a lot of dope.
Why? Because they dropped him?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you don't drop a guy like Brady Smigiel. That's just dumb.
The rankings are so interesting sometimes. I don't fully understand them all the time. Especially like I think our guy Andrew Marsh dropped, and like it's just like Bryce Underwood. Like Rivals, talk about smoking that ish. Like, dude, they dropped Bryce Underwood the third when he was on three's first ever 1,000 recruit. Crazy, whatever it is. What it is. You got to get clicks.
That's why on three's buying out Rivals.
I was just gonna say, very interesting that on three, for those who don't know, is actually purchasing Rivals. I'm actually excited for. I'm gonna tell you right now, someone I've learned to appreciate is Shannon Terry or Terry Shannon. I think I can't remember.
Shannon Terry.
Shannon Terry, yeah, like. Bro, he's such a baller. Like, I don't think people really realize how he's operating. I mean, the fact that he was a part of 247, he helped build 247. Well, he started with Rivals, went to 247, sold 247, built On Three, owns On Three, and then just bought Rivals, the company he originally was with in the beginning. Like, that's fucking crazy, bro.
I would not be surprised. This is what I told Leanne and Mark last night. I would not be surprised if he creates another site, or he gets himself to a point where he buys 247 as well. Like he's going. Yeah. I would not be surprised if he catches them all before the end of this decade.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're right. If he does buy 247 and just monopolizes the whole fucking.
Yeah, he's gonna have a recruiting monopoly.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what it means for like a few of the team sites that have like like. North Carolina State has a team site for On Three and Rivals. Michigan has a team site for On Three and Rivals. Alabama, Oklahoma do as well. But here's what I don't get. You got all this money to buy Rivals, but you don't have enough money for a Clemson site at On Three? Like, I don't get that.
Well, it's not that he doesn't, it's about finding the people like Jackson, like we're trying to extend from 30 channels to 75. It's really about finding people competent enough to do the job.
Yeah.
It'll blow your mind. I know firsthand because I'm telling you, I've done hundreds of interviews, man. Okay, Jackson, because you're a part of our process of finding talent. How many times we'll be in an interview with people who say they're diehard South Carolina fans or diehard, whatever you name the team. We're in the interview and we're like, okay, break down the running back position. They can name like maybe one name. And it's like, how don't you know you're running? Like Juju has fucking watched our spring game 13 times. And you can't tell me the running back room? You're not going to cut it.
That's bad. That's bad.
Yeah, so I mean that's really the hurdle, is just making sure you can find people who are competent, and so like you can't just I'm sure On Three will figure it out, and also you got to make it to a point where it's actually financially sustainable too. But anyways, all right, Jackson, let's get your final thoughts here, and we'll get to our next caller.
Well, I will say though, Brace, from what I've seen from Mr. Brady just now, he's a 5-star. Anybody dropping him down is making a dumb move. And if I were Brady, I wouldn't worry too much about it. I'd use it as motivation. Just have those guys sit at the 50-yard line, watch the game from afar, and show them what you can do. But all I can say is, welcome to the Voice of College Football, Johnny. And 2 more weeks is a special edition for the Michigan Call-In Show.
What's in 2 weeks?
The 1-year anniversary of the Michigan Call-In Show. May 16th was the first episode.
See, this is what I mean. I don't know that. Jackson Johnson knows that, though. Shout out to Jackson Johnson.
I appreciate it, Jackson.
Hey, 2 weeks all right, you know what? 2 weeks we're celebrating. That's what we're doing. I'm celebrating. I might get some brewskis. We're gonna have a good time. Johnny, you don't have to drink if you don't. I know you got work on Friday. I got work too, but we make it work. We make it work. All right, Jackson,
note to self, I have to get myself to a point where I can drink comfortably, but last time I drank an alcoholic beverage was February 23rd, 2023. That was a screwdriver.
And if you're asking yourself, why does this kid know all these dates? It's because he's a Rain Man. I'm telling you that. Jackson, let's ask you this. What happened in like 2022 week 7 or some shit? Do you have this? Do you have this in your knowledge?
I believe Michigan. Oh man. So this was week 7. It's gonna take me a little bit. So this was
typically he can launch these dates out like it's a fucking bullet. But anyways, all right, Jackson, you're good, brother. We'll get to you. I appreciate you. Thanks for calling in the show, man.
Anytime. Thursday night's always a night for call-in shows for the Nebraska, Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama call-in shows, all right here on the Voice of College Football. Stay tuned for more.
Love you, brother. My man.
That was good.
He's a cat. I'm telling you, dude. Jackson's a special dude, bro. I didn't even know. Where's the link? All right, here's the link. We need some more callers, by the way. Our next caller is Timothy, though. Timothy, you're up next. Let me get to these super chats. We'll pull you up here. So get ready, Timothy. You're next, brother. So let's go with, and we are 23 away from a third hour. GT's in the house, $5. Breaking news: Rivals has downgraded Smigiel to a 3-star, citing their immense disappointment in his commitment to Michigan as the main reason. I believe it. True story,
bro. That film is at least 4-star,
bro.
At least.
Well, definitely. I mean,
really 5, like Jackson said.
Yeah, like, dude, go. All right, let me just say this. I know it's high school, but he plays in shit. Isn't he out? He's out of California, right? Isn't that where Brady's out of?
I was gonna say, what's he in a small division or something?
No, I think it's California. I remember doing my video. I was like, this isn't fucking Idaho or Connecticut, you know. Let me just look.
I don't see how you can rate him that low.
Yeah, he's out of California, Newbury Park. The district.
Somebody don't know what they're doing,
bro. That's one of the top talent states in the nation. Whatever, it don't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like Kenneth Graham, just like Mason Graham. Who gives a shit what they're ranked? They're gonna
as long as we get him here, because he's a stud. I'm watching him now because that was impressive.
Elijah Bowman. I'm hoping Carter Smith starts for Wisconsin. I'll tell you what, that's an interesting one. I'm also interested in seeing if Carter Smith can. It wouldn't it be funny if Carter Smith becomes like a dude, like a Tim Tebow? That'd be fucking hilarious. Detective Loki gifted another membership. Thank you for supporting the community, Detective Loki. You know we appreciate you, man. Oh shit, I just saw Timothy's private chat question. He had a question for Jackson. Sorry, Timothy. All right, Timothy, we're gonna pull you up here. You ready, buddy? Yep, he's ready. What's up, brother?
What's up? It was nice to meet y'all in person.
Oh yeah, man. It was nice to meet you and your family, bro.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I'm walking around. I look up. I'm like, "What up, Tim?" Oh, they gonna Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you playing some football, man.
Yeah, it was nice to see John.
Elijah says I skipped some super chats. Hold on. Let me just. Are you sure? Okay, so we got Nick's. We got John Diadamo. Shout out to John Diadamo. Let's see, did I miss anything? Oh wait, shit. Okay, hold on. All right, it was Elijah. I think I got him now. All right, hold up. I don't know if y'all remember 2021. All right, no, we got that. Okay, no, we got that. All right, if Brian Nelson comes to Michigan, he will start. He is that good. Zeke will go to nickel. You heard it here first. I watched his game film, not highlights. All right, so Elijah is a true ball watcher, bro. Watching the game film, not the highlights. Let's see if I missed anything else. I don't think so. Let's see. Oh shit, I did miss this one. Damn, it's Elijah. My bad, man. Don't think this has been mentioned, but with Hoffman emerging as a clear receiving option, does he get more playing time than Bredesen in the new offense? You know, that's interesting. I would say I think Bredesen's going to get obviously the most run, but I do think Hoffman. So after 2025, Hoffman 2026, it's going to be his show. It's going to be his time. I think he'll get some run though. I mean, he definitely proved it. I mean, at least in our eyes, right? How do the other practices look? I don't know, but I will say, and I already gave credit to Steve Lorenz of 247. I'm going to do it again. Nobody was mentioning Hoffman's name except Steve Lorenz, so he's going to get his flowers. Shout out to Steve Lorenz. Elijah Bowman, $1.99. Yeah, we saw that. Okay, I believe I got him. Elijah, you let me know if I missed anything else. Okay, I don't want to miss. If I ever miss anyone's super chat, let me know because I do not want to miss anyone's super. We greatly appreciate everyone contributing to the channel. All right, Timothy. So what else you got for us, brother? What's on your mind?
What's up with JD Bakel? He always talking about our team almost every single day. He must be a Michigan fan now.
No, you know what I really think it is? Because I watch sometimes, I mean, I pay attention to kind of what On3's doing a little bit. It's just Michigan content is hot, and they're going to constantly talk about Bryce Underwood. And Johnny knows this, Johnny Olden, he knows this because he makes content.
No. He has his own podcast, and he called it the Hard Count. He started that before he joined the On3.
Yeah, I know, but my point is like the Michigan topic and the Bryce Underwood topic is hot. That's going to get you views, and they're going to, like On3 is no different than like any news site that's trying to get clicks and views because it's all about revenue. And Michigan, and I'm like, one of the great things about our, about Michigan program and the fan base. Hold on, Timothy, is that Michigan gets a lot of views versus other fan bases. Like the Michigan community, like we love our team, bro. And there are teams out there, major brands who do not get the same attention from their fan base. For example, USC. USC is not as diehard about their program. They're a blue blood as Michigan is. They're just not. Go on, Timothy.
I heard some rumors that he might have been at the spring game.
Who? Oh, JD Pico?
Really? With the Michigan the On3 crew, because that next Sunday that he had made a video about the spring game, and this one when the TV version had not even came out yet.
Okay. Well, I'll say this. I do think JD Piquel is pro Michigan. Like, I mean, he always sticks up for Michigan. He talks about like, he believes the program, the trajectory of the program's healthy. He believes in Bryce Underwood. He thinks that Michigan is going to stay a strong team in the Big Ten.
When JJ was the quarterback, that he talked about them a whole lot. Even during their bad year, he still talk about them a whole lot.
So I'm gonna push back on JD's mission, like because here's why he gives a lot of credit to Ohio State too. Like, did anyone see the video where he recently just talked about Ohio State being wide receiver U? He's wrong.
If you talk about my bad, if you talk about Michigan or Ohio State, you're gonna get views. If you talk about Michigan and Ohio State together, you're gonna get views, and that's what's going on right now. Because of the rivalry is at such a tipping point right now. And it's like a powder keg. So you see like RJ Young, he talks about Ohio State. Now he's starting to do Michigan more. That's just where we're at right now.
And he calling it the golden era had just started. Exactly. And so far, he's saying that the Maize and Blue is dominating the new era.
And one of the other things too that's going on right now with content to give everybody some game on how this works, we're in a bit of May is a dead month, like February. So people are going to be like, look for the clickbait titles, look for people trying to get the clicks, because that's what these major like On3s and 247s and like, like I'm not throwing shade at nobody. That's the game. It's what it is.
Hey TJ, do you remember Sam? You had on your channel.
Yeah, college football with Sam. Yeah.
We're about to do a bit video on YouTube tomorrow at 8:00.
Oh, that's awesome, man. On his channel.
We're about to compare the Michigan national talent team versus Ohio State national talent team in and both teams they're gonna be fighting each other. The one game is gonna be at the big house. The second game gonna be at the horseshoe. Then the final version of the game it's going to be at the Rose Bowl. We're gonna be doing a live video on my channel. He telling his subscribers that he back. He going be back to making the his own content. He told me that he took a break because he had to get his wisdom teeth pulled. So he doing better now.
Okay.
It don't matter where that game played, they gonna lose.
What Timothy, what channels are gonna be on? It's gonna be on your channel or College Football with Sam's channel?
My channel. But Garrison the people that he talked to, they made their own little video, and then he had Ohio State demolishing Michigan.
Of course he did. I'm not surprised.
They have nothing to stand on that because you lost to this Michigan team, 2024. You can't even mention playing
a Michigan team
2019 LSU
or one of those had an AP number next to their team stats, but they didn't have the AP ranking number.
Yeah,
they came in at Ohio State, but they was ranked number 2 in the AP poll. In Michigan, from the last time they played against Ohio State and they wasn't ranked. It probably was one of the Urban Meyer losses.
Hey Timothy, give us your final thoughts here because we gotta get to our next callers, buddy. Final thoughts, buddy.
Oh yeah. My prediction. I got them going 11-1.
Oh shoot, you're right. I got to keep doing that again. All right, 11-1. 11-1.
The reason why that I got them 11-1, but because Ohio State, they front seven is kind of thin. They have one injury, and in their linebacker, but then they have one injury, and if it's the D tackle or the edge, they pretty much screwed. But they can kiss they back-to-back playoffs goodbye.
Correct.
So who's our one loss to?
Huh?
Who do we lose to? What's the one loss?
The SEC opponent.
Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Okay. You heard it here first. 11-1, Timothy. And if you guys want to watch Timothy, he has his own channel. Timothy, what is the name of your channel?
The Thunder, Redmond, Michigan, the football show. I got them losing to Texas.
You got Ohio State losing to Texas?
And Urban Meyer, he came out and said that they're gonna lose 2 games, and the Michigan game is going to be an automatic loss. And Ryan Day got mad. He real mad.
Okay.
He mad at Urban Meyer for saying that.
He's so
all right, Timothy. Appreciate you coming in, man. Good luck in your show tomorrow. I'm sure we'll hear from you next week. All right, buddy. Go Blue.
Oh, no, okay.
All right, go Blue.
All right,
brother.
Tim. Hold on, bro. Let me cook this real quick.
Get it.
Anybody with these Ohio State fans with this, they could beat the 23 Michigan team. You ain't got a leg to stand on. You ain't got nothing to even validate it. You lost to one of the worst Michigan teams that you were 30-point favorites, and you lost. And you got the nerve to even mention something about that 23 Michigan team. See the problem with you Ohio State fans. You can't talk about that the LSU team in 2019, 23 Michigan team, even the Georgia one-loss teams and the team that went undefeated. You can't talk about them. You're not in that level. See, you won the championship, but you won it in a sleazy way. You had 2 losses. That don't happen. So ain't no coming and trying to talk about, we could have beat this undefeated Michigan or this undefeated LSU or this one-loss Georgia. No, you go sit over there with that 2-loss LSU team. You talk about playing them. But the one-loss champions and the undefeated champions, you can't even mention us.
You made a G today, but you made it in a sleazy way. Hilarious, bro. That was good. I like. He ain't wrong. Tell him the truth. That's why we got him here. Johnny let him know the deal. Doreen disagrees with you. She says, no, we didn't, Johnny. Super clean program.
Sleazy. It was in a sleazy way, Posh.
So all right, we got Elijah Bowman here with the 499 with 7 catches from Hoffman. I didn't even read this shit. All right, with 7 catches from Hoffman, that ties Moore's last 6 games. Oh, and he had more yards as an H-back. Hey, Hoffman's the truth, Elijah. All right, Elijah Bowman. Fox is allergic to talk bad about OSU. It's illegal. Well, it is a moneymaker, Elijah. You don't affect your moneymakers. Elijah Bowman with the 499. NCAA will request the electric chair on JD Pickell for saying anything positive about Michigan. You're not wrong. Yeah, especially giving them show causes to coaches who ain't even in the league no more. Big tough NCAA. Detective Loki, $5 super chat. What would the score be for 23 U of M versus 24 OSU? I'd ask 24 U of M versus 24 OSU, but we already know that score was. All right, let's do it. Let's give a score. All right, chat. I want you to also participate in this. Let's give the score 2023 National Championship Michigan versus 2024 sleazy Ohio State National Champions. What is the score of that game? Let us know. Johnny, do you want to go first? And I'll give my score prediction.
33-17.
All right, I am going to go 31-24. 31-24.
I think a controlled butt whooping.
Yeah, I just think Michigan would they'd handle them, We have chat. We got our guy.
They proved something to Oregon. I don't care.
All right, so we got Elijah here with the 34-17 Michigan. We got GT in the house, 47-7. I like the number 47, by the way. We got 37 to Michigan. I guess that's 0 to them 2024 Buckeyes. We got Blue Wolverine. Wait, no, that's not it. We got Douglas Gas. Shout out to you, brother. 31-14. I can't believe they did us dirty like that in the beer line. He knows. We got Jason Eyestone in the house. 42-21 Michigan. 48-6. 38-17. 42-10. Asian Pass says she has no idea, but we know the answer.
Don't say it, Pass.
U of M 37. Suck guys. Sleazy suck guys 21. 34-23. I respect it. Let's see. We got any more? We got 49-27. 99-3. You know what? We got a winner.
That's the college football 25 score.
34-20 from Moose. And we got CG72 with the 34-17. And that is where we are with scores. Let's look at our next super chat. Let's make sure we got everybody. Don't want to miss anybody. We don't. We got GT. Let's not forget about our guy GT. If Davis Warren didn't have a terminal illness, would we have won by 4? Jesus.
They would have got beat pretty bad. Control butt whooping.
Would he be? The question is, would he be at Michigan if he didn't have that illness? Shout out Davis Warren for overcoming that illness stuff. Yeah, I don't know, but I do know they only scored 10 fucking points. Take that. All right, we got Elijah Bowman, 499 super chat. Ohio State forgot Harbaugh wasn't on the sideline in the 2023 game. That's it.
Oh man,
you ain't wrong, Elijah.
They Ryan Day still trying to hang 100. This year he might get to 100. He still ain't got there. So he said he was going to hang 100. He didn't tell us it was going to take him about 5 or 6 years, but
he didn't say when. I mean, he just said he was going to hang 100 eventually. We're 10
I'll
away
hang-
from the hour. I have a feeling the community's going to get us there. But all right, let's take our next caller. We got JS in the house. What up, JS?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's my first time calling in. TJ, how you doing?
I'm great, bro, and I'm glad you called in, man. Don't ever be a stranger again. Feel free to call in. How you doing, my friend?
What's good, Johnny? I'm good. So are we done? So I know you said we wasn't in on the transfer portal. So I thought we was going after Skylar Bell. Is that no longer a go?
He never entered. It was a player that Michigan was keeping tabs with, open communications, but he never entered back in the portal. So that's where we are. So we are. So there is the North Texas corner that Michigan's currently after, but that's.
Yeah, I'm not worried about like my issue. My issue is with Sean McGee, man.
Yeah, I don't know if
I don't understand. Like someone had brought up this point. I didn't think about it, but like he's so bent on doing this NFL model, but we know for a fact that the NFL model places a premium on left tackle and receiver.
Oh, I know, but then all right. Listen, just so you know, like I'm kind of in agreement with you, but let me push back just a little bit. But didn't they just invest big time in Andrew Babalola and Ty Haywood?
Yeah, but you can't be dependent on true freshman linemen to protect Bryce Underwood.
I know. I don't. That is where we agree. We agree there. I agree with that.
Because my issue is like they're doing everything a year behind Bryce, where everything's going to be catch up. Because if you wait till next year, you're going to be dependent on a freshman wide receiver. So he's never going to have someone in his class that's on his level.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I don't know why. So just so everyone knows, the philosophy is this: why pay $1 million to $1.5 million for an average left tackle when you can get a 5-star left tackle for $1 million? That's how Michigan looks at it. Like the quality of player out of high school is a better investment than the average 1-year player for that amount of money. And that's just how Sean McGee's kind of looking at it from my understanding. So I get it, but we have a hole.
I don't get why, because if it's coming from donors, like they act like it's coming out of their own pockets.
Yeah, I know.
Like if you go to Queen Jolene and say, "Hey, I know you already donated this amount, but we need a couple more million for a receiver or whatever," I doubt a billionaire is going to say no.
Yeah, and I'm confident she would do what needs to be done because
what they paying pension for?
They're willing. So there is an amount of money per year they're willing to give to Michigan.
And that's another thing. I know you had mentioned the revenue sharing, why they're not giving numbers, but I don't understand why they can't give these recruits, set numbers even without the revenue sharing, because they should have enough NIL saying, "Hey, this is what you're going to get just off of our NIL."
Well,
so waiting for the revenue sharing shouldn't affect commitments.
So the reason why here's why: because the revenue share is going to add $15 million to the pot, and that's not a small amount of money. And the reason why they don't want to commit to it is because the judge who's handling the House bill and all that, it should be done. We're in May. It's not done. And Michigan doesn't want to commit to something that isn't done. Because here's so the biggest hurdle right now.
My point is you can commit to a number that you already have.
But how do we
like
know
I'm
they
saying,
have
like you could tell the recruit, "Hey, this is without the house revenue. This is what you're going to get regardless of what the house says," because they still have NIL money.
Yeah, but if we had an additional 15 million, we could be more. So here's how Michigan's looking at it: when the House bill passes, they can give solid numbers, and they think they can pull these kids back.
That's rough.
Because
that's rough. That's rough trying to flip half your class back.
Well, I mean, they did a pretty good job in October and November, didn't they?
They did a few, but I mean, if you're
a bunch of kids, Bryce, Nate Marshall.
It's that's another thing with Sean McGee, because you're telling me about an NFL model, but we know the NFL doesn't put a premium on running backs, but you need to at Michigan.
Well, it's our, it is our flaw. I know you're all right. So you're not wrong. But here's the difference. So here's the argument on that. In the NFL, the reason why they don't invest in running backs is because when a running back makes it to their second contract, they're already broken down. But in college, you get them for the first 3-4 years, they're fresh, right? And in college, a running back has a greater impact than they do in the NFL. Like
That's my point. Like they should be going all out. Like McGee has to land. They have to land Hyder.
Well, they got Hyder. We have Hyder. You saying like he's got to hit, like he's got to be good?
No, I'm saying like we have to get him in the class. Like they have to get Hyder because Osborne's out, right? To Notre Dame.
Oh, you mean the running back? I thought you were talking about Hatar. Yeah. Osborne's out right now, but a phone call can change that. You know, because the problem. All right, so the reason why Osborne he wants a number, and Michigan's not giving it to him.
I mean, all things being equal, I take Hyder over Osborne.
Yes, I agree. I prefer Hyder over Osborne. I agree with that statement.
All right. I mean, I ain't got nothing to say. I just want to hit on Sean McGee real quick. I ain't got nothing else to say.
Well, brother, let me just say this. You bring up good debate points. What you're saying is what a lot of fans feel. A lot of fans are feeling what you're saying. My only response, the only thing I can say is we got to just allow some patience because until the movie's finished, I can't fully call Sean McGee out because he might close this class in an amazing fashion, right? Like, so I will say that Michigan just doesn't want to commit money to kids that, and I know your argument is, well, then just talk about the NIL, but 15 million is not a small amount, and it matters, So
I had faith in him up until, like you said, they're not going to go after anybody else in the portal because, I mean, you can't go all in for this once in a generation quarterback and then not give him a top weapon. Like, there's no way they can look at these receivers and left tackle and say, hey, Bryce is only here for 3 years. We don't have Bryce for a decade.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a 3-year window. I just want to let you know I feel the same way. Like, I don't understand why you would go into this year with a question mark at left tackle and wide receiver. I just don't understand. I don't understand.
Those are going to be Bryce's 2 best friends, and to not get any out of the portal is just ridiculous.
And then you're steady trying to get guys on defense.
Yeah, it don't make no sense.
And the defense I'm sure the defense is fine right now. I trust it. You need that offense to be able to help out that defense. That's what held us back last year, was the offense not holding up its part of the bargain.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll tell you this, JS. I'll tell you this on some real shit. Guess what? If this is a problem in the season, then then Sean McGee has to be called out. I don't know if you heard my take. I think it was Tuesday. Like, we're at the point now in college sports where, just like when you look at general managers on professional teams, well, it's time to start looking at general managers on college teams because they're building these rosters, and the coach too. But the coach is obviously a part of that. He gives the green light. But Sean McGee, if this team has, like last year, this team had a right tackle issue, a quarterback issue, and a wide receiver issue. If this team has wide receiver and left tackle issues this season, then I think it's fair game to call Sean McGee out and be like, what the hell? We all knew this was an issue. Why didn't you? Like, this is your job to be sure it's not an issue. So I hear you, brother. It's something we'll follow. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate you calling in. Give us your record prediction for 2025. What do you think it's going to be?
Whatever, 15-0, whatever the undefeated record is.
There you go. You heard it.
I ain't never going to predict my team to lose.
I respect it, brother. You and West Quad, you and West Quad are on the same page.
I got to see it to believe it before I say they lose.
There you go. Hey, well, guess what? Hey, JS, don't be a stranger, bro. Hope to hear more from you. All right, buddy?
All right, man. Go blue, guys.
All right, go blue, brother. Go blue.
He made some good points.
I mean, he ain't wrong. He's not wrong. There's nothing he said that is incorrect.
And it just don't make sense, bro. Like, even if you don't get another receiver, you need to get the offensive lineman a tackle. Like, there's no reason not to. You need to, regardless, make sure you can run this rock down people's throat.
I know. And like, what I don't understand is, why don't you go get a Ladarius Henderson type, like you did going into 2023, where they got 1 year of eligibility, who's on the verge of going to the NFL, but they're not quite in it. Like, they want to improve their draft stock. I don't know.
That's what the Penn State dudes that went in the portal like last 2 weeks ago or last week.
The offensive lineman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We got our third hour unlocked, though. Thanks to Nick. Thanks to everybody. Everybody was
like,
a part of
that. Trying to get one of those dudes, bro.
You would think so, Johnny. And like another thing too, you want to know an argument I don't want to hear? I don't want to hear the argument, well, it's the spring portal and there's not enough good players. Well, guess what? You call the agent and you get him in the portal. You say, hey, here's the amount of money we're willing to pay you, and you get him in the portal. That's how the game is played, okay? That's the game. That's how it's played, and it's happening all over college football.
This spring portal is slick loaded.
Yeah, I mean, there was enough there to do what they needed to do. And like, I'll be honest, even if all they grabbed was Nitro Tuggle at wide receiver, I would have been okay with that because I understand that's a long-term play. The kid's extremely talented. He's from Indiana. He needs to be closer to home. Obviously, get out of that toxic culture in Georgia where you got speeding tickets all over the place and you're racing cars and all that. Point is, Michigan just sat on their hands. They added a punter. They added running backs. So, I mean, we know that they're willing to be aggressive in areas they feel. And I guess that kind of tells you everything you need to know, right? They felt punter and the third running back position because, obviously Benjamin Hall transferred and Donovan Johnson got injured, so they needed more guys in the running back room, right? And they obviously want more competition for RB3. So, like, they were aware RB3 was their concern.
I don't see how the offensive line isn't the biggest concern. That's your bread and butter. You ain't doing nothing without them.
I'd love to know. I'd love to be a fly on the wall. Like, I'd love to
hear after last year
and Sharon Moore talk about. I'd love to hear them have this conversation. Is it because they don't? Is it potentially possible that they just don't want to block Andrew Babaloa from taking that left tackle spot like mid-year?
I don't want to have to see the growing pains if he ain't ready.
I know. And not only that, like, why would you wait till mid-year for him to be ready? Like,
because you could do the same. You could do the same thing that you were doing with like a Trente Jones or something, and bring him on like that way. Already having another guy that's already a veteran, and then you can bring him in when we do our super big sets, something like that. That's the smart thing to do, right?
Yeah, I don't disagree, man. I don't know. It's something I'm telling you right now. It's something the fan base is aware of. There's no hiding from it. We're aware of it. We'll see if they made the right decision. We will all find out together. Elijah Bowen, 499 Super Chat. I have this fear that Rod Moore won't be the Rod Moore we know when he comes back, which leads me to my hot take. Rod Moore will play but won't start a game. Shit. Well, I hope you're wrong.
That's interesting, but I'm just not worried about it that much because we're so loaded at safety.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I hope he's back, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, his leadership, and he just does this. He does his homework, which I love. He's going to watch a ton of film, and he's going to know everything about the other team when you play them. So he's always in the right place.
Pistons are down 11. They're breaking my heart right now. Okay, so we got Nick here with the $5 Super Chat who helped push us to our third hour. And I just want to say, we have not reached a third hour on the call-in show since like maybe early February or January. So shout out to the community here. Shout out to the community supporting the channel. We appreciate that a lot. Bryce rushing for over 100 yards against Ohio State. Bet. By the way, Ryan Day is soft as fuck. That dude who be dropping the soap. By the way, Ryan Day, that dude who be dropping the soap way too often in the locker room showers. Is he one of those coaches that showers with the players? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But is he? I don't know. You always got to be questioned. It's always questionable when the coaches want to take showers with the players. Anyways, let's move on.
I mean, you seen how he did Jack Sawyer after that strip sack, jumped in his arms and wrapped his legs around him. Disgusting.
Did he?
Yeah.
I hope not, man.
He did, bro.
I mean, it would fit. It fits the narrative. I don't recall it, but I mean, it sounds like it may. I believe. You know what? It sounds true. I believe
this is a fact.
Is it?
That he did this. I roasted him a couple times. It was priceless.
I believe you. Elijah Bowen, 499. They must be high on Babaloa because they let Gentry and Percy leave. My hope is Link looked great the last 3 games. You're right, and I'm not used to positive Elijah. Elijah's like Elijah is on the Evan Link train. Elijah is driving the Evan Link train. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he is driving the train Yeah, you are officially the leader of the Evan Link fan club. So we're going to hold you to the same standard that we held our good friend Keith when it came to the Jack Tuttle fan club. So we'll see. Hey, you may own the hottest club in town. And Evan Link might be that guy. We'll find out though. We'll definitely stay up to date on it all year. All right, let's give a shout out here, or let's take our next call. We got Matthew Miller, host of the Texas at the Voice of College Football channel. What is up, bro? Are you here to tell me LeBron's sweet?
No, I'm not here to tell you that. But I was what?
I said, how'd that series go against Minnesota?
I mean, I predicted Minnesota to win, so I wasn't surprised. They're the better team. I mean, you can't go to the playoffs with no freaking center and say, you know what? Let's try this out. And then Rudy Gobert looks like Shaq. So not surprised. But my question to you guys is this. One, who do you think is the most overrated team in the Big Ten? And who do you think is the most underrated team? And don't say Ohio State just because. If that is, then fine, but don't just say it.
I got you. An honest one. Let's look.
Probably Indiana.
Underrated?
So because
he said overrated.
Overrated and underrated.
Underrated.
Because I got in an argument with Garrison. I think Oregon's the most overrated team going into next year, period.
Oh, I don't know. You think so? I think
Dante Moore's got questions. He's not a veteran like Bo Nix and Dylan
exactly. That's the exact point I said. What we've seen,
those guys were
he was terrible at UCLA. He was bad. He got benched for Ethan Garbers. So who says he's going to be good?
It's a question mark.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a guarantee. I mean, he's in a super quarterback friendly system, but you haven't seen everything like those other quarterbacks did.
No, and their schedule's easy as hell. Like, they have two hard games, in my opinion. They got Washington on the road and Penn State. That is it. They win those two games, they're going undefeated because the rest of the schedule is terrible.
So I have two teams for most underrated.
Okay.
Do I have to pick one?
Yeah, you can go with two. I'm interested to see the two.
Indiana and Illinois.
Underrated. Okay.
Underrated?
Illinois, I agree with.
I think
I don't because people are sleeping on. I'm telling you, everyone knows.
Oh yeah, you like Cignetti.
I'm a fan of Cignetti, and I like what they did in the portal. I think they got they got that quarterback from Cal.
He's good. Yeah.
What's his name? I know
Mendoza.
Yeah, dude. Like, let's look at. I gotta look at Indiana's schedule. I haven't looked.
They got a pretty easy schedule.
Let me look at their schedule. Let's see.
Like, Mendoza's really good though. Like, he's getting love in some mock drafts for like first round. Like, and I watched him at Cal. I think he's really good. But
all right, let's look at this. Now, obviously, they got the cupcake special: Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, and Indiana. That's 3. Here's going to be a good battle.
Illinois at home.
Iowa's expected to have a down year.
Yeah.
So we'll give them 4 for sure. Oregon, they'll probably lose. They'll beat Little Brother. That's 5. UCLA's garbage. That's 6.
I think UCLA. I'm not willing to say they're garbage.
Why not?
Because I really do think, like, listen, I don't think Nico's great, but he's way better than the quarterback they had last year. Like, way better.
Mm-hmm. All right, so like our last call, I got to see it to believe it. UCLA is just
that's fair.
They also they're like, you know how like I was giving shit about USC's fan base, UCLA's fan base is just,
they're terrible.
Oh yeah, it's a basketball school.
Yeah,
it's sad. Maryland, they're gonna win. Penn State, they'll lose. Wisconsin, Purdue's arguably the worst team in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I think they could win 9 games.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9. I got it. I got the ceiling at 9. If they were to somehow pull off Oregon or Penn State, then they're back in the playoff.
Yeah,
I think they could.
Floor's probably 7 and 5.
I think they could actually get to 10, but then I think they get smoked by somebody again in the playoffs.
Yeah, their problem is they don't got the trench. They don't got like when you start playing at that level, it comes down to trenches, and they don't got
exactly.
They got like
so far.
The draft proved that they had 1 guy drafted. That's like what you can get at Indiana. You can get like maybe 1 to 2 guys drafted on the offensive and defensive line.
I will say I do think Indiana is going to develop into a strong program. Like, and all right, let me also not like the big 5 teams in the Big Ten or the Big 4,
No, you think like second tier.
Second tier is what I mean by that. Yeah, because Signetti's committed. A lot of people don't know this, but they got like the 15th largest alumni base. The donors are starting to step up there. I mean, I'm starting to think that, they're what Michigan State wishes they were, like in terms of the structure and the unity of the program right now. Like there's unity at Indiana. There's no unity at Michigan State, which is good for us.
I just need to see the recruiting take a jump.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I agree with you, TJ, and I agree with you also, Johnny. I think if they go 9-3 or 10-2 this year, you're going to see the recruiting take a jump because then they're going to be like, wow, back-to-back years with these guys. Imagine what we could do if we actually push recruiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, right now they have 1 4-star and 3 3-stars. I'm looking, let's see, composite.
And they don't even need, like, if you're getting that out of this talent, like if they can be the 15th best recruiting class,
right, or top 20.
Yeah.
Top 20 is all they need. They need to try and get in the top 20. If they can get in the top 20 recruiting classes, then they can be a playoff team,
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, let's let me do some super chats here. We'll keep going here, Matt. All right, so we have 499. They must be high on Babalola because they let Gentry and Percy leave. My hope is Link looked great the last 3 games. More on Evan Link. I'm on the Evan Link train because Link actually shows growth. Fred Moore, on the other hand, bro, is just a waste of a number 3. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, stop it.
Lies, I'm telling you, it's fucking, I love it. All right, GT, $5 super chat. Michigan State is projected to finish 18th and are still the most overrated team. You're wrong. I'm telling you, I think they're going to have a bad year, man. I feel bad for Jonathan Smith. It's not his fault. He does not have the resources to succeed in this conference. He just doesn't. $4.99 super chat from Elijah. Change Dante Moore's name to Goodwin, and he'll be fine. Might even win the Heisman. Dante Goodwin. The Heisman, and Bryce Underwood's winning the Heisman. Elijah. We got another super chat from GT and Elijah. Look at you guys. Appreciate. Do we have a super chat off right now? We have a. Are we in a super chat duel? These guys are going at it. We have GT $5 super chat. MSU is always too busy playing the victim to really progress as a program and university. Fuck, you ain't wrong, bro. That most victim mentality school. Actually, no. Ohio State. Who's more of a... All right, let me ask you this, Matt, as an outsider. See, you who do you think has more of a victim mentality? Ohio State or Michigan State?
Victim mentality? I would say Michigan State, but like just absolutely annoying for no reason, Ohio State.
Okay, fair enough. And that is a Texas fan. By the way, you better win week 1. We're all depending on you.
Oh, yeah. We're going to. I'm very confident saying that we will beat Ohio State week 1.
All right, very good. Very good. All right. So what else you want to hit on, Matt?
So I didn't get Johnny's underrated team. I got his overrated team. I want to know his underrated team.
Underrated? I'm going to say Michigan.
That's fair.
Because I think this year a lot of people are still expecting Michigan to win about 7 or 8 games. A lot of people are expecting that still.
I've seen a lot of projections. They got Michigan like ranked 15th.
Well, I'm talking about like in the spaces and the fans and fans of other teams and things,
Yeah, let them.
I honestly think like you'll know pretty early because that Oklahoma game to me is like a mark in the sand for both those teams. Like whoever wins that game, I could see winning 9 or 10 games. Whoever doesn't, I think is probably going to only win like 7.
Yeah.
Because you guys are very similar, honestly.
What, us and who?
Oklahoma.
You think we're similar?
For sure, really good defenses with question marks at quarterback. I still have a question mark about John Mateer. What?
No. So I think Oklahoma doesn't have a good defense. You think they have a good defense?
Last year, yeah, they were phenomenal defensively. That's the only reason they won 7 games? 6 games?
You're familiar with Tierney and Chad, right?
Yeah.
They tell me their defense, they're not confident in their defense. And I've also, let me look at the numbers. I could have swore their defense was not that good last year.
No, it was very good. They lose Stutzman. So, but he's not like, that's the thing too. He was a great college player. I think they can upgrade that because he's not great like laterally. And in this day and age in football, if your linebackers are not great sideline to sideline, that's a bad thing. Like the days of North and South linebackers are kind of over, honestly.
All right, so I'm looking at Oklahoma right now. Let's see.
They were definitely like a top 20 defense, top 15 defense.
So they gave 21 points. Okay, so their average points against is not terrible. 21 points against. You know what I wish ESPN did? I wish they ranked these fucking teams. I'm not counting this.
There is a website that does this. I forget what it's called, but I use it all the time. I think it might just be like College Football Reference or something like that.
All right. I mean, fuck it. Let me see yards a game. Let me look at that.
And their offenses were like pretty similar. I think Oklahoma's offense was like 117th, and you guys were like 120th or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you guys are both really bad offensively.
So what's up with this 40 million roster y'all got?
Thank you for bringing that up, because that's another argument I had like today with Garrison, because I posted something. That is not true. Like if you get any information, the 40 million, yeah. Kirk Bowles is a dumbass. So do not this is for everyone. If you see Texas stuff with Kirk Bowles, do not believe it. Now the number is high. It's higher than last year. It's between 30 to 35 million for sure. That's a number.
Yeah. Especially
oh yeah, it's a lot. But also that's too, I don't know if he's counting like legit NIL, because just like Quinn Ewers took no money in boost from the boosters. He got all his from name, image, and likeness, like actually going out, Dr. Pepper commercials, stuff like that. Arch Manning's the same way. He's got Red Bull, Viore, like 2 other ones. He's probably making $6 million just from, hey, I'm going to be commercials. Hey, I'm going to have a Red Bull can, stuff like that. Like boosters aren't giving Arch Manning money.
Got you. So
go on.
Last one. So who did y'all spend this 35 million on?
So a lot of these
wasn't all deep tackles, was it?
Well, that's what's crazy. That Murad Watson guy apparently got like $750,000, which is crazy, because a year ago that guy's only getting 350, 400. But I'm telling you right now, all these little teams ruined it for the big teams. Like Texas Tech going out there and just being like, no one really wants to come here, so we have to money whip these dudes to come here. It raised the price for everyone. And that's the reason why these prices have gotten out of control now, because Texas Tech's going to be good next year. Like it would not shock me if Texas Tech made the college football playoff.
Texas had the number 1 recruiting class in 2025. They had the number 6 recruiting class in 2024. In 2023, they had the number 3 recruiting class. That's where all that money goes. I mean, they got top 5 classes in 3 years in a row, essentially. 2022, they were 5th. So 4 years of top 5 classes. That's how you get that price tag up there. Then, of course, they invested heavily in Arch Manning. I know you said he's not getting NIL from the school, but I'm pretty positive we heard about I'm pretty positive we heard about $1 million NIL deal from that school.
That's not true. I'm telling you right now, it is not true. His parents have come out and said that. His grandpa's come out and said that. The agents have come out and said that. The insiders have come out and said it's not true. Anyone connected with Texas will tell you that's not true.
Oh, okay. Just like they're not paying for kids to come on unofficial visits.
Well, they might be doing that. I haven't heard any.
All right, what about this? What about the $500,000 in that unofficial visit he took? What about that shit?
Honestly, I do not know. Like that could be true 100%. I'm not going to say it's not. I haven't heard any information on that, but I'm telling you right now, he's not getting money from the boosters at Texas, because you don't need it. Why would Arch Manning need to take money from the boosters when he can get Red Bull, he can get Viore, he can get guys like that? Like he's already got $6-7 million right there.
I just don't think I'm buying it, but I will allow you to.
I mean, I don't care if he is. If he is, good for him. He's probably making close.
I want to make this clear too. I don't care either. I'm pro NIL. Like now, I do think it's silly. Like I do think there's some wild things going on with, like what you're like to your point, like Texas A&M or not. I'm sorry, the Texas Techs of the world. They're like, there are these schools who are just doing dumb things because they're desperate.
Yeah, they have to. Like that's why Texas A&M's recruiting class didn't work, because. Think about it. All these guys didn't really want to go to Texas A&M. So they're like, we're going to overpay by 25-30%. And then they act the way they do because they don't give a shit when they're there. Like that's the thing. You can't do that.
Okay. Let's give a shout out here to Elijah. He's got the MSU is doing a 100-man versus gorilla challenge for a 4-star. I believe it. Good luck, MSU. Elijah Bowman, $1.99. MSU is officially the blockbusters of the Big Ten. Shit. I mean, you're not wrong. They are obsolete, aren't they? MSU is obsolete. Elijah Bowen, $4.99 super chat. MSU gets their NIL budget from scratch lottery tickets from gas stations and only fans taking fee pictures. I mean, I don't. They probably shouldn't have fired Mel Tucker. They probably should have like used him as a revenue source on some OnlyFans or some shit. He's into that. Word is he's into that kind of thing. I wouldn't know. I have no idea. I've never read any articles about it. But all right, Matt. Let's get. Let me ask you this: as an outsider, give me your 2025 record prediction for Michigan.
Michigan, man, this is so hard because there's only been my like argument with Michigan. Trevor Lawrence is the best freshman quarterback I have seen. Just come in, dominate like right away.
Yeah,
and look who he was surrounded by. That's the thing. Like the last caller said, your wide receivers are nowhere near Justin Ross. Got Amari, I think his name Amari Rogers. He played in the NFL too. Like, I don't even know if you guys have like an NFL wide receiver. McCauley might be from Indiana, but
yeah, but he's not a first rounder,
Yeah, exactly. And those guys were like, I think Amari Rogers went in the 3rd round. So like you have one of those guys. Clemson had like 3 to 4 of them. So if Bryce Underwood, even if he's Trevor Lawrence, I still think you guys are like max 9-3 because you don't have the talent around him that you need to.
Yeah. So like, so there is a portion of the fan base who makes the argument, well, Chad Henne started as a freshman, but my argument is, well, Chad Henne was surrounded by an elite offensive line.
Yeah.
Extremely good wide receiver, Braylon Edwards, who went 1st round.
Jake Long, right?
And Mike Hart was your running back who had like 1,400 yards his first year as a true freshman. I mean, he had support, and the defense was also good. Now, obviously, our defense, I'm very confident our defense will be good this year. But like, I don't know how much you watched of our show, Matt, but a big concern for the fan base is left tackle and the lack of wide receivers. Like those are holes, those are problems. And you're expecting this kid who's turning 18. What, you sipping some sip, bro?
Fucking Topo Chico. It's the middle class black man's water.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Fucking,
you should make a commercial and say that.
What was I gonna say? Shit. Fuck, you threw me off, Johnny. I don't even know what I was gonna say now.
You were saying like left tackle being bad and all that sort of stuff, and comparing it to like Chad Henne.
Yeah, like he just does not. And I was gonna say this, like Bryce Underwood turns 18 in August. And when you watch the spring game, like obviously, like there's talent. You see, but like he had young moments.
Exactly.
So I don't know. We'll see. I just hope the fan base isn't too unrealistic in the expectations for Bryce. Like I do think he's gonna have a good year, but I also think we're gonna see a young quarterback, at times. So we'll see there. All right, Matt, final thoughts before we move on to our next callers?
No, I completely agree with that. Like, I don't think it's fair to have one player come in, even though he's one of the highest ranked recruits ever, and be like, you know what? I expect you to be freaking great from day one, not to make these big mistakes, because he's going to. I'm going to let you know right now. I've seen enough young quarterbacks. He's going to come in, make some just boneheaded plays, and you'll be like, why are you doing that? I saw Arch Manning do that last year in a game, and I was just like, I understand why he's doing it, because it's his first game action. I don't expect these guys to be perfect when they step into a football game. So I think you guys will be fine. My only worry would be you guys did lose a lot of NFL talent, and you guys only went 7-5. The guy on the sidelines may not be right. That'd be my only question right now. To me, if you guys go 8-4 this year, I think you're fine. But if you go 6-6 or 7-5, I think there might need to be a conversation had there to replace him.
Especially with this schedule. If that happens with this schedule, you got a problem.
Yeah. I'll say this. I don't think we're in a position where we can say with absolute certainty he is the right fit for the long term. Now, there's a lot of positives of Sherrone Moore. Obviously, he closed the season very strong, but like we've talked about this also on the show, in-game management has been questionable at times, and his timeout decisions have been extremely questionable. So we'll see. And the other thing that's concerning is, he seems to trust players who like Donovan Edwards or like Evan Link at right tackle. And we're all as fans asking ourselves, or even the quarterback situation, like he's not analyzing the positions properly. Like there seems to be some type of blinder, Now we'll see. Hopefully, with a true off season and a year to evaluate and new coaches like Chip Lindsey, there's a lot of people in the fan base who think a lot of we went. And by the way, we didn't go 7-5. We went 8-5. We won our bowl game. We did beat Alabama, but again in the same year. But I don't know. We'll see. You know, a lot of people want to blame it on Kirk Campbell. Like the reason why we did not do better is because of Kirk Campbell. And they're not wrong. Our offense, as you mentioned, was ranked 131 or some shit? 127?
It was bad.
And our defense was ranked 10th. I mean, like, yeah, we lost some elite talent, but I do feel our defense is still going to be a top 15 unit at least. And I think with Chip Lindsey and a competent quarterback and our schedule, I'm sure you've looked at our schedule. It's actually really easy. You know, I know we got the Oklahoma game, but it's actually a pretty easy schedule. So I don't know. That's kind of where we are with it, Matt. I'm sure we're gonna have many discussions. I guess final thoughts before we get on to our next caller here.
So I gave my record prediction for you guys. What do you think Texas goes?
Shit, let me look at the schedule.
I haven't seen it.
We have 3 really hard games, and then it falls off, like Ohio State, at Georgia, and at Florida. Those are going to be really, really hard. After that, it's pretty easy.
All right, so we have Ohio State. I'm hoping you win that. You know, obviously it's going to be a tough game, but I'm hoping you win. Look at the ticket prices, by the way. Isn't this hilarious? $294, $65, $64, $60. What is 410 for these ones, baby?
Yep.
$464 for these ones, baby. Wow. Oh yeah, that's so crazy. Tickets are getting crazy. Anyways, all right, so I'll give you a dub here. Hopefully you pull it out. Win. I don't think Oklahoma's that great. Okay, win. Georgia. All right, I'm looking at 11-1. And you might go 12-0.
Bad last year.
Yeah. Their defense, I don't think. I think we're going to be 10-2. I think we're going to end up losing to Florida and probably Georgia.
You think you're going to lose to Florida?
I think Florida's going to be pretty good. So yeah, and the environment too. Like I just think that place is going to be crazy. October 4th. Yeah, where's that game at? Right, yeah, and it's right before Oklahoma without a bye. So yeah, I think that's like a classic trap game.
Okay. I don't know.
I'm very confident in Ohio State because I think we have just as much, if not more, talent, and we have way more experience coming back than they do. Like they've lost so many coaches, they've lost so many players. I think we beat Ohio State.
They don't think it's going to be a problem at all.
Florida has a bye week before your game.
Yeah, exactly. See, and we have Oklahoma after. Like that is a classic. They set our ass up. I'm telling you right now.
That's funny. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm thinking 11-1. That's what I'm going to go with. You'll be a playoff team though, so enjoy that.
Yeah, I'd say 10-2.
Well, I'll tell you this, bro. You win that Ohio State game. That's going to be the determining factor for both programs, really.
Yeah, because I'm tired of them talking about how y'all did us.
We actually have a Buckeye coming up next, by the way. So we'll have a good time there. But all right, Matt, appreciate you calling in, man. You already know the deal. For those who want to follow Matt in his excellent analysis, Texas at the Voice of College Football. Check them out. Matt, let everybody know what time your shows are.
Yeah, so we do a live show every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and then we just have any breaking news basically on the channel. So check us out. It got pretty busy there for a while. Like TJ said, it's going to be dead here for the next, month and a half. Yeah. Then we're going to hopefully start landing some recruits for this cycle. So that'll be fun.
Oh, well, how's your recruiting going? Ours is real slow right now. I haven't paid attention to Texas at all.
We have a lot of visitors coming, but yeah, it's super slow. Like Sark said it last year. I think we were ranked like 31st last year at this time. And he's like, guys, it's the summer. I don't care about recruiting numbers. In July, we went on a hot streak and got in the top 10. And then obviously we landed with the number 1 class. So yeah, he starts slow and finishes strong. So
yeah, I mean, a lot of teams don't want to outbid themselves. And I think Michigan's playing the same game right now. So all right, Matt, appreciate you, man. Have a good weekend, bro, and I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Yep, you guys too.
All right, see you, Matt. Hey, go Kobe. For those who don't know, me and him got a Kobe LeBron debate that we just talk shit all the time about. He brings up good points. LeBron has some very good clutch metrics and numbers, so I'll give him that.
Neither of them can measure up to
MJ.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, MJ's I agree. MJ's number 1. I don't disagree. Kobe is better, Brandon. All right, let's give a shout out here to our super chats, and we'll bring on a good friend of the program, Dr. Buckeye. But hold on.
Oh God.
Hey, guess what? The phone link is pinned in the chat, and we have no more callers. So Dr. Buckeye's here, and we will take Dr. Buckeye's call and have a conversation. I'm sure it'll be very fun and friendly. So Let's see. We got Elijah here. MSU gets their budget from. Okay, we already did that. GT with his $5 super chat. Mel Tucker is currently running classes on how to manage long distance relationships. I'm sure that's a very interesting class. I wonder how many are in that class. But anyways, appreciate you guys again for contributing to the channel. It means a lot to us. We got Dr. Buckeye coming up, willing to talk some ball. We have a big season coming up.
I'm willing to be nice. I'm willing to be nice. I'm going to be nice. I wanted to talk to Johnny for a while, so this is why I'm calling in. I just want to talk about the season. By the way, my early natty pick, by the way, is the guest you just had on. I am actually leaning Texas, just to show I'm not being biased. I actually think Texas could be the team to beat this year. I actually thought they were going to be really good last year. I was going to make a couple of points to Matt. I think if Quinn Ewers wouldn't have taken a step backwards at quarterback, or had they lost C.J. Baxter at running back, they would have been real dangerous. I thought they were good, but I thought Ewers stepping back at quarterback, and I said this to Mark. If you watch some of their big games, he looked really shaky last year.
He really did.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw the same thing. You guys saw him early, I know, but I don't know if you guys had the same thoughts.
He did early in the season. When we played him, our defense was so out of sorts. Sark did a master class on Wink, so but later in the year he did look shaky.
What's your thoughts on this Penn State hype?
I was going to get to that. And here's the thing, and I've never heard your opinion, so we can have a good discussion here. What is your view on the Drew Aller point of view? I have.
Yeah. Oh, he's breaking up, man.
Maybe because Aller's the local guy. He's 20 minutes away. I don't know where you guys come down. I think I just don't think he's been surrounded with the right amount of talent. To me, Clifford had better receivers than Aller ever had. I know people have come at him big time, especially in big games. I don't know what your thoughts are, but I actually blame some of his weapons for his lack of success in big games.
Johnny, do you want to take it from?
Yeah, I mean, they haven't gave him the weapons, but the problem is James Franklin tried to build a team like Harbaugh, and he's done it. And he's done it, but he doesn't play Harbaugh ball. He goes away from the run. He'll be running it well, and then he goes away from it. When you're running it like that, the goal is to make the other team quit in the fourth. And then he'll go away from it and put it on Alar when he doesn't even have the weapons to actually be successful with it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I agree. Like, it's not like Penn State has loaded at wide receiver. I mean, they have a similar issue to ourselves where they just don't get that quality of player at that position. But I mean, I'll say this about Drew Alar. Like, when I watch him play, although I will say he did kind of play a little better last year, because I was down on him. I was down on him, man. I mean, if you look at the year prior, 59% completion, 25-2 is a nice ratio, but at the end of the day, like, he's not doing a lot. He did get his accuracy up. But like, one thing that I see with Drew Alar is like, he seems to be like sometimes get happy feet. He seems to panic. I don't know if he's a winning quarterback, right? I think he's a good college quarterback, but like, I don't know. I don't have confidence in Alar, and I definitely don't have confidence in James Franklin in big games. They just have not shown the ability to win those.
I will say this:
they can't beat you, Dr. Buckeye. They can't beat the big like.
Well, I agree. And now, if you go back and look at the game he played against us, and then I'm going to get to the Notre Dame game in a second. Well, I'll get to all three of their losses last year. You guys probably watched all three of their losses, right? You saw them play us. You probably saw them play Oregon in the Big Ten title game, and then you guys saw the semifinal against Notre Dame, right?
Yes.
So if we take a look at it against us, I thought he could have played better, but I don't think that the reason they lost to us was because he sucked. I mean, I could be wrong on that. I don't think he got much help. I think the play calling in the end probably cost him, especially in that goal line situation against us. Could have been a lot better there.
With the tackle, what was the offensive lineman in motion like 3 times in a row or something?
Right. They didn't even try a play to get to the ball to their best offensive weapon, which was probably Warren, in that situation, who got him inside the 5-yard line to begin with. So, I think some of that is coaching. Now, the Oregon game, I thought he played really well in the Big Ten title game. Even the second pick I thought was more on the wide. He had one bad pick in the Big Ten title game, which turned out to be a pick six. And then the second interception wasn't really on him. I actually thought that the receiver could have helped him out there when they had the ball at the end with a chance down 8, And now I will say I cannot defend his performance against Notre Dame in the semis.
Yeah.
He missed a few throws. Although, can I say this?
Even the game against Boise, he was 13 for 25. Like, see, he went back to. So if you look at this. Let me show this. Like, you see these big games. I'm not to cut you off, Dr. Buckeye, but like I just want to point this out. This is what I need.
Yeah.
He resorted back to his old inaccurate ways in these final big games. 51, 59, 52. Go on.
He should have had about 3 interceptions against Notre Dame. Penalties.
Well, I will say this though, guys. Did you not think though, if I would have told you before that game started that Penn State scores 24 points, wouldn't you have been confident that they would have won? 24 points would have been enough to beat Notre Dame.
Well, Notre Dame. Oh, I don't know. When I was watching Notre Dame in the playoffs, I actually thought they were a potential national championship contender. They look kind of good.
Their best ball at the right time.
I never thought their offense was very good, though. Did you guys think their offense, though, was very good? I thought Leonard was. Go ahead.
I didn't. No, go ahead. I didn't. I'm agreeing. I didn't.
No.
What's that?
The running back for Notre Dame. I can't remember his name. What was his name? Shit, he was a beast.
Yeah, no. The running game was solid. I mean, I just had doubts about their passing game. I think Riley Leonard had severe limitations. I will say they found something with Greathouse at wide receiver, who we could not cover him. And it was the single biggest reason that kind of made that game close at the end when it really shouldn't have been that close in the championship game. And if you remember, he cooked that Penn State corner for the touchdown that tied that game up at 24 in the semis. So, he was killing the Penn State corners in that game. So,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's James Franklin. He kind of gets in his own way. Like, bro, if you've built the team a certain way. Allen, Singleton,
right?
Be stubborn with it because you're doing it for a reason to wear out the defense. And we're going to beat you in the fourth. Just trust the process with it. He goes away from he's ran it well on Ohio State for 2 or 3 different years, the last few years, and he goes away from it.
Well, I mean, I thought we did a pretty good job of containing their running game both times. I mean, if you go back and look at
but that's my point.
Right.
He gets away from it. What is Michigan? How does Michigan get y'all? We're stubborn with the run game.
To be fair, though, Johnny, I mean, your quarterback was able to make 2 or 3 throws that Allen wasn't able to make.
You have to make 2 or 3 throws.
Well,
but you have to be stubborn with the run game. If when you're built like that, we're not asking JJ to throw it 35 times. That's not how we're built.
Right. No, that's why I said 2 or 3 big throws, John. I mean, and
this is the thing. You're always going to have to when you have a game manager, he's still going to have to make 2 or 3 big time throws, regardless. Your quarterback's always going to have to.
That's
do that.
Right.
So yeah,
right. Well, but I think that's the doubt about Aller, though, Johnny, is can he make those 2 or 3 big throws in a clutch situation? I think that until people see that in a big game, people still going to wonder that, though.
You still think it's questionable? That ain't that many throws, but I guess they're the most important throws.
They choke, man.
Yeah.
I just have no confidence. Like, I know they got all this hype, but I don't know, maybe because he's a year older, and like that's the beauty of college is like you do see players grow year to year.
Right.
Maybe he's ready. He's older, he's experienced, he's seen it. Maybe he's ready.
This is it.
Yeah,
if they don't win this year, like if they don't make a real strong run, then they're going to be in rebuild. Like not rebuild, but next year ain't going to be the year for them. Like the year after.
Like honestly, it went Michigan. We got all those guys to come back. Boom, got the championship. Ohio State got them all to come back. Got your portal guys, championship. This is Penn State. Got Allen, got Singleton, got Allard to all come back. This they turn. It should be. Got Jim Knowles.
Well, Johnny, we can make a case though they lost their best. They definitely lost their best defensive player, and maybe they lost their best offensive weapon though. To the draft though. To be real with you, I mean Warren and Carter is what I'm saying. Obviously,
no, I know what you're talking about, but
you're right.
Yeah,
I agree.
They got the quarterback.
I agree, and the backs, and their D line is still good. They still have some guys on that D line that can play. All right, I want to get to a couple other Big Ten teams and get you guys' thoughts.
Okay.
Illinois is also a team that's going to get some hype this year, guys. That's the team that I find to be the most interesting in the Big Ten because I think Bert's a good coach. I got to be real with you. I think he's a good coach.
Right.
I think he's done
great coach.
Yeah, I think he is, and I think he's done a better job at Illinois. Like when he took the job, I thought he'd be like 8-4 kind of coach. He's gone even above that because I didn't even think they were going to beat South Carolina in that bowl game because South Carolina was playing really good football towards the end of last year. And they got a win that I didn't even see coming. I don't know.
Look at how he handled Shane Beamer. He toyed with him.
Right. That's right.
Him. Oh, that's my God. Watching that game, I was laughing. I was like, wow. The Big Ten really is outclassing the SEC.
We are.
Shit he was doing in that game, it was a chess match.
I will say this, though, guys. What about them coming in with expectations is what I wonder.
Yeah.
Because, what do you think, guys? They start out, you see them preseason top 15 or something like that? Top 20 for sure. I could see maybe even top 15.
I don't know. I mean, it's such a hard call on preseason rankings sometimes, but I'll say this. I mean, he had expectations that Wisconsin was able to at least have a good team.
I got it.
He's a good coach. He's a good coach, man. I think, it's like Kurt Signetti. It's like Brett Bielema. Like these cocky coaches, it frustrates opposing fans. I mean, the way I grade coaches is if I would play for them. Would I play for Brett? Would I want to play for a Brett Bielema? Would I want to play for? Yes, I would. Because they're going to instill belief within the team, they are them versus everybody type mentality, and those types of coaches I like. And I think Illinois has a program that's in the right direction. I think Bielema is a damn good coach, man. The Big Ten's loaded with good coaches.
No, I agree.
I mean, Luke Fickell doesn't even look good in this, but he was he got Cincinnati to the playoff, and I know they were kind of handed it a little bit, but they earned it a little as well, right?
Yeah.
Poor Luke. Boy, talk about a schedule that's whoa.
I haven't looked at this. Is it Wisconsin's bad?
No, it's Wisconsin's rough. You're talking us, Alabama. They got to get. I mean, there's some rough spots on there. And it's not going to be easy. Pull it up if you get a chance. I just want to say this: Illinois, their key stretch. They get USC, they get Indiana, which could be interesting, and they get us in a 3-game, 3 times over 4 weeks, which is going to be interesting. I actually think there's a path though where Illinois can get to 10-2 this year. See, I think they could be borderline, maybe getting in. If they get to 10-2, they got a shot. Well, so they lose to us, and maybe they lose to either USC or Indiana, but they're able to beat the Marylands, the Rutgers, some of those other teams. I mean, Johnny, you see 10-2 is doable there, right?
I would see it. So we got Western Illinois win, Duke win, Western win, Indiana tough. It's at Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
USC, what are they going to be? No one knows.
Right?
What's Lincoln Riley? His ass is getting hot. Purdue's bottom feeder. Ohio State is the tough game here. Washington, I don't know. What do you think about Washington? What's your thoughts on this? I mean, they actually had a pretty good year.
That'll be a good game, I think.
No, I love their coach. I'm on board. I like Fish as a coach.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
another good coach, right? You're right.
Coach. I wanted Jed Fish for a while.
Yeah, no, I think they're a well-coached team. I actually think Illinois probably goes into that game with maybe a little bit more talent, but it's not a huge advantage in talent because they've got a lot of production coming back.
Yeah, you're right.
But I mean, it's also whether Altmaier, can make some growth at the quarterback position too, because there were some games last year where he looked really bad, But yeah, I mean, I'm between 9-3 and 10-2 with them. If I was looking at their schedule,
I can see that.
I think so. I mean, the only team, it's Ohio State, Indiana, and I'd say this Washington game are.
No.
We'll see here. USC is just such a wild card. I don't know what to expect. That defense could be dog shit for all we know.
Well, thank you for the Sultan of segue. I was going to go there next, by the way.
Let's go. You're on.
Yeah, no, I was going to say about SC. I mean,
yeah, let's go there.
I actually thought when they hired Lincoln, I mean, I thought it was the right fit, but
like
the more and more I think about it, I just keep thinking this guy is a glorified offensive coordinator and not a program builder. I mean, I know they made a little bit of an improvement. The shame is they made a little bit of an improvement on defense last year. I thought in some areas they made some improvement on defense, but they just found a way to keep losing close games. And I think there's a few of those games you can directly point to some of his in-game decisions.
Of course you can, and then another, I agree with that as well. I mean, there's been some poor in-game decisions. But like the other thing that's very questionable about Lincoln Riley is why is he recruiting out of the state? He's recruiting outside of the state of California when that is a gold mine.
Why are you doing that?
You're recruiting one of the 3 best states in the country. I mean, the numbers back it up. I mean, seriously.
And you're in LA.
Right.
Who's their defensive coordinators? What? Deanton Lynn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lynn, who brings the Ravens style defense there, but it's not translating.
He got our defense.
Look at this. Look at this run here, though. Illinois, Michigan, Notre Dame, and then at Nebraska. That is a tough 4 games, man.
Yeah, that tells the tale right there. That tells the tale. See, I always thought they were going to be better defensive coordinator once they got rid of Grinch, who I thought was a moron, by the way.
Yeah.
But I mean, they leveled up. I think if you look at his first year, he benefited from being in the pack, and he benefited from getting the lottery ticket at quarterback with Caleb Williams. And then he slowly got a little bit exposed because the talent around Caleb Williams went down from year number 1 to year number 2. And, he pretty much wasted Caleb Williams like he wasted so many years of great quarterback play at Oklahoma. And then, again, the program building aspect. Can you get the defense right? Like I said, last year, I think their defense was better. I'll say this. It wasn't a sieve anymore like it was in years past. But I mean, some of his play calling, I got to be real with you guys, at the end of the game against you guys was just moronic to me because I thought they really had you guys in that fourth quarter. Maybe you guys thought you guys should have won by a bigger margin. I don't know what your overall view was.
We couldn't throw the ball.
It came down to we were able to run it and Will Johnson's pick 6.
Yeah, if Will Johnson didn't get that pick, we would have lost for sure.
Yeah.
But he doesn't play complimentary football. But
also, like, can I be honest too? And this just popped in my head. Remember when we got the Kenneth Grant fumble recovery?
Yeah, the penalty. You had a penalty there that called that back.
Yeah, like that was a real game changer. It is what it is, though. But all right, let me ask you this, Dr. Buckeye.
Sure.
Honest, give us your thought on Michigan and what they're going to do.
I'm going to try.
Yep.
Okay. Try and be objective.
What do you think the record's honestly going to be here?
I think you guys can be 9-3. I think you guys can be 9-3. I think you guys can be 9-3. I'm going to make a couple things. I've already said to you, I think Marshall can have a good year at tailback.
Yeah.
I do think Marshall can be good at tailback. By the way, do you guys see how your carries are going to be divvied? Do you think he gets the majority of them?
I think
that's such a debate right now, man. I mean, I thinking Justice Haynes gets RB1. I really do. I mean, but there's a lot of people in the fan base who feel like you do. And a Blue Wolverine, we'll read your super chat in a moment. I just don't want to cover Dr. Buckeye's face, but there's a lot of I'm team Justice Haynes, but I'm telling you, that's like a 50-50 debate.
I'm Marshall.
That's right. It's really 50-50. Justice Haynes showed more in the spring game, and I just feel like with Michigan's offensive philosophy, Justice Haynes is going to flourish because he was playing backup at Alabama. I do think Jordan Marshall's a very good running back, and I do think he's an RB1 capable running back. I just think Justice Haynes has more to offer. I think he's more of a total package. But we'll see. I don't know. I'll tell you this. Here's what I keep telling our audience. It doesn't matter who wins fall camp. It matters who's producing on Saturday. Like, that's going to determine who's RB1. Now, what do I think the split's going to be? I'm thinking like 60-40 Justice Haynes.
Okay.
Yeah. Johnny, what do you think the split is?
I got the opposite.
60-40 Marshall? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What Dr. Buckeye, what do you think about the Justice Haynes, Jordan Marshall?
You know what? Maybe it's just me. When I watched Haynes at Alabama, I was never necessarily overly impressed. You know, I mean, I thought he was a solid back. Some of that, I wonder if, you know, he was not running behind some of the better Alabama offensive lines we've seen in the past. You know what I mean? So, you know, I had my doubts as far as that goes. I mean, I think he's a solid back. Don't get me wrong. But I can kind of see where Johnny's going with that. Maybe Marshall's upside is bigger than Haynes' upside. Because, I mean, Haynes, you kind of know. And you know what? Marshall closed the year strong with you guys. He had a very good bowl game against Alabama last year. So, I mean, would he have 100 yards in that game, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
So,
hard yards the hard way, too.
Yeah, he carried our offense.
So now I will ask you this question from a philosophic standpoint. Now, I'm going to go to the Underwood question, and then I'm going to ask you kind of like how you see your offense working out question too. So kind of a two-parter. So do you see like a Cade McNamara to McCarthy transition this season, or is it just Underwood from the start to the finish?
Yeah, so I'll go first, Johnny. So I originally was on the Mikey Keene is going to start and they're going to ease in Bryce Underwood. And what I mean by ease, I mean like he'll play first quarter, second quarter, like they'll just give him snaps. But now, after Mikey Keene being injured all spring camp, he's still not 100%, but he will be ready for fall ball. And just the accounts out of spring camp that just Underwood is just he literally is undeniable. He's going to start game one, snap one, and I only anticipate Mikey Keene coming in if it's a blowout. I think we are going to ride or die with this young quarterback is what I think. Johnny, what's your thoughts? Probably similar, I would think.
Yeah, pretty much the same. You know, I kind of wanted Bryce because I didn't have much faith in Mikey Keene, but I thought the coaches would do what TJ's saying. Bring him along slow, have Mikey Keene start the first 2 or 3 or 4 games, and then mid-season or so, Bryce becomes the starter. But with him missing all the spring camp, I got Bryce. Now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna ride or die with it, Dr. Buckeye. We'll see how that goes.
Okay, offensive philosophy kind of question then.
Yeah.
Do you guys expect to be more of the traditional offense that we've seen? You know, obviously Harbaugh offenses run the ball. You know, your quarterback, me and Johnny were kind of talking about this earlier, where he only has to make the 3 or 4 big throws a game. You know, you're not necessarily running a spread offense where you're asking your quarterback to throw for 300, 350 yards and put up like, you know, be a Big 12 kind of quarterback, put up ridiculous numbers. Or kind of how do you guys envision the offense looking then as far as that
John,
goes?
I'll let you go first.
With the young quarterback, I think you have to you want to run the ball probably 60, 70 almost % of the time and make him a game manager. You don't want to put as the season goes along, you give him a little bit more. Give him a little bit more if he can handle it. But regardless, you want to make him a game manager. You don't want to put all that on his plate.
Not early.
Especially
not early.
Installing a new offense.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so I think we're going to run the same power type run offense, but what I do think Chip Lindsey's going to bring to this offense is the ability to open up the offense. So one of the things that have been coming out of spring camp is they have this like high tempo mode, and apparently like it's essentially a spread offense, and it's a lot of quick slants, quick crossing routes, running back screens. And it just opens. Apparently, it opens you off. Now, obviously, we'll find out on Saturday, Dr. Buckeye. You know what I mean? We'll find out.
Sure.
But apparently, this offense has the ability to take, open things up and move the ball down the field, air the ball out. to be determined. I think a lot of the Michigan fans, obviously, we love to hear that because we want to be more balanced. But I am of the position that like we got to see it, and I'm sure you're aware. I don't know how much you watch of our show, Dr. Buckeye, but I have a big concern. I have a big concern at left tackle for us, and wide receiver. Okay. I do wish they adjusted a little bit more. So like for us, like if you want to what is our analysis of our roster? I think a lot of the fan base, not everybody feels we have a hole at left tackle and wide receiver is not. We would like that to be a little bit stronger. Although we do believe in Donovan McCulley. I think a lot of the fan base believes in Donovan McCulley. But the problem is he's going to get bracketed. He's going to get doubled, so they're going to have to create offense. So that's kind of where we are with it.
Yeah, the one thing I've noticed about your offensive line play is like even in 23, your offensive line was actually better in 21 and 22 than it was in 23, wasn't it?
It was. I was arguing with Buckeye fans in the Menace to Sports chat about it. Your offensive line was so great in 23. I'm like, we struggled in 23. 22 and 21 is when it was really dominant.
As crazy as it is, it's when Keegan got hurt, and then we got better because we moved Barnhart inside.
Fact.
Like it's nuts. And then honestly, it played like a Joe Moore award-winning offensive line. It was just dominant. Yeah. Trente Jones. I'm so pissed. We got to get Trente Jones on, but I'm not even gonna ask him this question. But I cannot believe he had another year of eligibility and skipped it. And then
we needed him bad last year.
Like, bro, you should have came back.
All right. Let me throw out one more to the defense, and I want to take some Buckeye questions from you. So I'm gonna let you guys have the floor on that.
So how about one more question? We gotta get to our next caller. But
okay. Well, if you guys want
to call in, man, listen. I want to stress this. Like,
if you want to throw out a Buckeye question to me, just go ahead if you want to before we go.
Well, let me just. I want to say this though.
Go ahead.
So one of the things we pride ourselves on this channel is like, we welcome Buckeyes. Like I know we have this like sometimes toxic relationship between the two fan bases, but at the end of the day,
a little bit,
yeah, a little bit. But at the end of the day, good conversation could be had. We are friends with, like, obviously we had Doreen come up for the spring game. We've had fun with that. Like This is a place where both fan bases can talk ball. And of course, it's going to get heated at times, but I just want to like stress that that's one of the things I pride myself. I know John prides himself. Johnny, I don't quite know your position on it yet. Obviously Johnny's new.
Yeah, I have call-in shows, and I tell anybody.
Yeah, Johnny has extended the olive branch. I respect that.
Yeah. So like the point is, like, this is, we are here to talk football, and anyone's welcome to talk. Now, obviously, if things get crazy, then we'll handle it. But at the end of the day, I just want to express that and let everybody know that's the environment we want here. But all right, question. I don't know, Johnny, do you have a question?
If you want to throw out a Buckeye question before I go,
are you?
What is your biggest? I got a question, Johnny. You go first. Though. I got a question too, though.
Okay. Are you worried about the turnover? You lost your defensive coordinator, your offensive coordinator, and all those veteran players that have been through the battles. Even Jim Knowles been through the battles in Chip Kelly's season. Does that work? Because most Buckeyes act like it doesn't worry them.
Oh, what do you think? No, I am. I think that I think the defense will still be fairly strong, because I think the back seven of the defense is still going to be fairly good. I think our secondary and I think our linebackers can be solid to very good. The biggest concern, and it's obvious, guys, when you lose an entire defensive line, that's a huge loss. I'm not gonna deny that. So just me being an objective Ohio State fan, and I've said this on Ohio State shows before, so I'm not. And any Ohio State fan will say losing an entire starting defensive line that really came on towards the end of the year in the playoffs and played great football is going to be a loss. Now, the benefit is we've got some talented guys behind them, and I'm confident we've got some guys that can play. I wish some of these guys would have gotten a little bit more snaps last year in rotation. I'm one of those believers that, and I was saying this about one of our running backs, James Peoples, who's going to be our starter this year. That's why we play MAC teams. You know what I mean? Or that's why you have these warm-up games, is because you want to get the younger guys in the fourth quarter so you guys can get them reps, get them prepped so they're ready to hit the ground running next year. You know what I mean? Or be as close to ready as they can possibly be come next year. So that's been a little complaint. I got into that on a Buckeye show, but no doubt, Johnny. I mean, losing an entire defensive line is huge. I'm a little bit more, but I'm still of a view that we can at least have a top 10 to 15 defense. Just bottom line, mainly because of the strength of the back seven.
Yeah.
And I do think real quick the offense. To me, I like a majority of the offense, but it comes down to one guy. I like the receivers. I actually think the offensive line is going to be a little bit better than it was a year ago. I'm going to go there with you. I do think
most of those guys came back, right?
Well, no. To be fair, they did lose the Simmons, the tackle that got hurt, and then Jack.
Yeah. But the guys that were starting in the playoffs.
The interior, yes. The interior is going to be back, which is going to be the strongest part of the line. They've got a tackle spot they need to fill, but I do think the line's going to be a little bit better than it was a year ago. Obviously, love the receivers. And I think we're solid at running back, even though we're not what we were last year with Junkins and Henderson, which I thought our team was going to be more built around the run last year. I do like Peoples, and we've got a freshman we really like, in great name, Bo Jackson, who's looked really good in our game, and we're optimistic about. So, plus they brought in a transfer, Donaldson too. So the interesting thing will be the rotation, and then I'm interested to see what we do as far as balance goes. So,
do you trust Hardline?
I do. I still think it's Day kind of overseeing things. I'm interested to see the run pass dynamic. I will say this. A good friend of mine brought up a stat. Day was not as pass happy a coach as people made him out to be, or as maybe some in your fan base made him out to be. You know what I mean?
It was kind of situational to me.
Yeah. It was situational, and obviously when you have great receivers, you want to get them the football. Let's be fair, you do. You know what I mean?
The easiest thing to do is the 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1 is the hand that rock off.
No, I agree with that. But it's also design plays on the run. My thing when we played you guys is I didn't like the design runs. I thought if we were going to run the ball, you better run the ball to the perimeter. You better not run the ball at the best pair of defensive tackles in the country. You better, yeah. I mean, because you can run the ball different kinds of ways. You know that better than I do. You know what I mean? You can get wide. You can run pinch plays. You can do things like that. So, yeah, I mean, I'm confident in some areas. I'm really concerned about the D-line and what it looks like this year and how productive it's going to be compared to last year.
Got you.
Did you have a...
No, well, so my question was, what was your biggest? I think we'd agree interior defensive line. I'm actually going through it right now. My team just got knocked out of the playoffs because they fucking blew it.
Oh, sorry about the Pistons, man.
11-1 run in the last 2 minutes, and they fucking turned the ball over with 4 seconds left.
I'm a very excited Cavs fan. I'm a very excited Cavs fan, by the way.
You had a good year.
Yeah, but actually, the Cavs fans would enjoy this championship a lot more than they would enjoy the LeBron championship. I just want to say that.
Oh, you know what? Next time you call in, I want to talk about that because I could not imagine. I don't know. I feel like if we'll talk about Dr. Buckeye, we'll talk about that next time. But I want to thank you for calling in, man. Great conversation.
Great conversation. Good to talk to you, Johnny. You guys take care. OH. Can I get an OH?
No.
All right, now you done got too comfortable.
I love fucking talking ball with Buckeyes, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about just for 2 minutes. Johnny, you didn't watch what just happened. The Pistons just fucking blew this shit, bro.
Bro, I kind of thought they would. They young, bro. It's just the maturation of the NBA, bro. You got to take your licks.
We got to learn how to win. We got to get another. We got to get another player next to Cade. Wow, man. I can't believe they just fucking fumbled the ball out of bounds like that. They weren't ready for the moment. Man.
Yeah, and that Knicks team's got a lot of veteran star power.
Damn it. Oh, that makes me sick. All right, we got 30 minutes. We got Burks on the line. We're gonna pull Burks. I'm sick right now. I need alcohol. Anyways, all right, Burks, what up, buddy? How we doing? You there?
Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to take a break from podcasts because I gotta tell you something, man. I gotta tell you something, bro.
Let's go, Burks.
I ended this guy named Dan the Diesel Freak / Caden the Man. Whoever the hell he is.
Oh, you're calling out Dan the Diesel Freak. I know.
Clown, bro.
Who is
told
that?
me every fucking month, man. Like every day,
He's been calling
every
you out
second.
on our show.
No, not on your show, on Mark Rogers' show, man.
No, he's been but on our show too. He's sending us $5 super chat saying, "Where's Burks?" Ask John Diadamo. He's here.
Well,
he's calling
let
you
me
out
tell
in
you
super
something,
chats,
man. On Sunday. All right. So first of all, he gives Mark Rogers hell, all right, every day.
I know. Well, Mark just kicked him off. Do you see that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, and he's just obsessed with me. I don't know why. Why is anyone obsessed with me? I don't know, dude. But he's obsessed with me because he seems I keep talking shit about Ohio State when I debate Ohio State channels. But I went on the show Sunday, man.
Is he an Ohio State fan? Because I don't know a lot about him. Is he an Ohio State fan?
Yeah, he's an Ohio State fan. Brain dead Ohio State fan.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, man. So basically, man, I went on the show on Sunday, man. I gave him hell. He deleted all his YouTube videos. And
Really?
he's no longer, he said Burks won the unsanctioned show. And it's over, man. I ended him. So I listen, it was the greatest YouTube achievement of my life that I ended a Buckeye fan who deleted all his YouTube videos. He no longer is a Buckeye fan. Now he goes by David West, and he's a Michigan fan now. And he gives super chats to Mark Rogers. On Monday, he gave super chats to Mark Rogers, and he's a Michigan fan. So I did my duty, man. I'm so proud of myself, man. You don't understand.
Hold on, TJ. Remember when I first came on? What was that? The black Buckeye fan. He was like, "I want your fandom. I want your fandom."
That was yeah, that was fucking King, Buckeye King, or whatever his name is.
Where he at?
It's quiet.
I want his fandom.
I know, right?
Speaking of something, Johnny, man, what the hell happened on Monday, dude? The OHL podcast, man. That TG woman, bro. She's hell?
She's wild, bro. She
said she was gonna chop your balls off, bro. She said she was gonna chop your balls off and put them in your face or something. Bro, they took down, bro. Dude, they took down that video, just letting you know, man. They took
I know it. You know, I'm cool with them dudes. But I told him, I'm like, bro, that's too far. You talking about fight?
Yeah, man,
she's like 5 foot. You talking about trying to fight me? Are you insane?
Bro, it's crazy.
I hope we meet in person. Why would you want to do that? Like, what are we talking about? We're talking sports, not fighting a man and girls. I want to meet all you Michigan fans, and I bet y'all won't try me. I'm like, bro, this is insane.
Yeah, man. Good luck on your whatever. So she comes back on your show, man. Good luck. I'm taking a 4-month break. I gotta grind and stuff for some stuff, but it's been a pleasure, TJ. That's all I wanted to say. I'm taking at least a 4-month break.
Why? What? Hold on, Burks. But why would you leave us?
Because, man,
this is your home,
I have an addiction with these podcasts, bro.
All right, we're here for you. 2 hours. All right, listen, man. We do a 1-hour show on Tuesday, sometimes an hour and a half, sometimes actually a little more. And then the call-in show. I mean, obviously with Johnny here, obviously we got our first 3-hour show in months. So maybe it'll be 3-hour shows. But I mean, come on, Burks, we're here for you, buddy.
Oh, and listen, guy. All right.
You drive to work?
Also, Also,
do you drive to work?
Also, tell you, hey, listen, TJ.
No, Burks. I'm asking you a question. Do you drive to work?
Yeah, I drive to work, man.
All right, we're here for you, buddy. We're here for you.
All right. Well, and also I just want to say one more thing, TJ. I apologize, but so I was at the spring game, man.
I know, man. My heart hurts.
And here's the problem, dude. I just want to say, like, it turns out you guys are chill with me, which is great because someone spread a rumor about like me on like some podcast, like some guy on the chat, right? Like on Mark Rogers' show or something. I think it was his show. They spread a rumor saying I was talking mad shit about you guys, like you, Maniac, and so I didn't want to take the risk meeting you. I actually saw you guys. I'm not gonna lie, but I didn't want to take.
Really?
I did not want to.
I never heard that you were talking shit, bud.
Dude, and so I'm just glad that
Burks, that's how come you're always in all these confrontations? What's going on, man?
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Like I'm on too much Ohio State
you got to just stick with us. Stick with your
man.
home,
It's like I like to debate these people. So like, they said like mad shit. They said like some guy was saying, bro, I heard you talk mad shit about TJ and Johnny. And I'm like, dude, I would never do that, dude. And then it was just like, I was just like, bro, I saw you guys, bro. I literally saw you guys were right at the football tailgate. The football tailgate, right? You were wearing cargo shorts and a yellow shirt. Johnny was in all blue. Kinetic had his belt. Like, I just wanted to meet you
and
guys.
then Burks
but, like,
just walked by.
Come over, bro.
Bro, it's just like, bro. But then I was like, oh crap! I think like this is true, this rumor, or like I don't want to take the risk, man, because like,
bro, we don't be on that.
Someone was spreading rumors that I'm talking shit about you guys, dude. Like it was crazy, man. So I apologize, bro. Like I really wanted to. I didn't want to take the risk. I didn't want to take the risk of like, you guys like, I meet you guys and then you guys want to knock me out or some shit like that.
We got Burks. Come on, bro. Cool. You are, brother. You are. I would argue you are a personality, a part of this. You're one of the mainstays in this community, bro. You're my northern brethren who's living in Chicago these days.
Yeah, man. I apologize. Like I said, I saw you guys. I just, so hopefully we can meet again. But I apologize. So
yeah, well, we'll definitely be there next spring game. Maybe we can make it work.
Yeah, if someone ever makes a burner account of me, it's trust me, I would never talk trash.
Well, Burks, you can always clear your name on this show. All right, buddy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I apologize. So. But I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm happy the Pistons lost, man, because
all right, get the fuck out of here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. You're good. You're good.
No. They have a bright future.
My heart hurts right now, man.
They have a bright future, dude. They have a bright future.
They do, but they got to do some things.
For the first time in a long time, too.
Yeah, man. Detroit Lions, man, they have a bright future, dude. Like all Michigan teams have a bright future,
except the Red Wings right now.
Oh yeah, man, they're dog shit, dude. They left Little Caesar, the Joe Louis Arena. It's a curse, man. It's literally a curse. I know,
man. Yeah, I know. Eisman's is letting me down. Eisman's your team? You're green. Yeah, that's right. You're the Packers.
And Cubs fan. And Cubs.
We'll have. You're a Cubs fan now because you live in Chicago.
Exactly, man.
Son of a bitch, Burks.
Yeah, man.
How you gonna let your Milwaukee Brewers die like that?
I never was a Milwaukee Brewer fan. I never liked them. Yeah, I never had a baseball team really. I never had.
What about the fucking Tigers, bro?
Nah, dude. It's just. So I had to ask you too, like about the spring game, but how was your experience, man? Did you guys have fun and shit like that?
It was a blast,
Johnny,
bro.
I feel like I could talk for Johnny. That weekend was like nearly perfect. There was only two things I wish we would have did differently.
Man. Yeah.
No parking tickets and went early to Skeeps. That is it.
Oh, what the parking ticket? How much was that ticket, TJ?
$15 fucking dollars, bro. What is going on here? The street was open. Like, why are you coming at me with this bull? I was just trying to get some breakfast, and then you want to give me a parking ticket?
The breakfast was good.
I thought this was America, bro. Can't even park on the street anymore.
Yeah, the spring game was a vibe for the whole weekend. Going to Chop House, meeting Wink. That was sorry, crazy. Kinetic. I told you to squeeze in. You didn't squeeze in, so I had to jump in front of you a little bit. But going out, bar hopping, the actual game, being with the whole crew with Asian Posh and Juju and TJ over there, John right there. I got my friends from like Saginaw, Frankenmuth area there.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
It was a vibe, bro, in the stands,
cool.
For real.
It was cool, man. Yeah. Oh, the other thing that was not cool, and my guy Douglas knows this. We were in my guy Amazing History on his Twitter account. He was with us. He hung out with us too. Shout out to him. Fucking brought me a 6-pack from a bet we had in like October. We don't even know what the bet was, but he still paid up. But they ran out of beer. What is that shit? What is going on here? We waited like 30 minutes in line. They had no beer anyways. But other than that, everything was pretty good. We'll do it again next year. I mean, that was a blast. Next year we'll do it a little better too, I think.
No,
I know B-Dub wants to make sure we get food.
No, I'll be there this time, and don't worry, I'll meet you guys. And if someone ever makes a burner, I'm in Ohio State's territory way too much lately, so I feel like that could be an issue. I don't know, dude. Like,
who's making all these burners, Burks? Like, why do you have this problem?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's probably that guy that Caden the Man, Dan the Diesel Freak, whoever the hell he is. I feel like that's
Burks
him.
is creating all these enemies, bro.
Man.
And Doreen's coming next spring too.
Are you guys going to be in November? I could come in November, man.
I'm going to make I'm going right now as of May 1st. I'm going to the Ohio State game.
Okay,
We'll see.
I don't know if I'll go to a Ohio State game, but like I could try and meet you up there. You know, like just like be in Ann Arbor. You know what I'm saying? Like be around.
I hear you. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
For sure. But all right, Burks, we got Dave. First of all, you better not be gone for 4 months. You're always welcome here, Burks. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, buddy. I understand if you need like a week. You need a week to detox. That's cool. But just know you have a home here, and I'll look forward to when you join us again. All right, buddy.
All right, man. Take care, bro.
All right, take care.
Take care, Johnny. Take care, Johnny. Take care,
That's
Johnny.
Snowy City.
Yes, sir.
Go Blue, buddy. We're gonna get beat up here. Actually, so here's what we're gonna do. We have no, we're good. We'll do two 10-minute call. Beat up. I need to know. Do you want to go last or next? You always do. All right, we're gonna save beat up for the grand finale. We're gonna get our guy AD up in the house. What up, AD?
Man, what the happened in that Pistons game, dude?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm like really sad, but I can't be sad yet until I'm off this show.
Ugh, dude,
I gotta hold it in.
We look like Michigan, dude.
I can't believe what I watched. I saw that. I watched it all, and I can't wait till I recorded it. I'm gonna watch that again and cry, but I'll be all right. I'll make it. I'll be better.
Huge off season, dude. We got to go get another star.
Well, here's the good news, man. Tom Gores is all in, so I'm gonna give him some credit there. I think the Pistons are gonna do what they need to do to get a player next to Cade, whether that be. I don't want to say Devin Booker. I think that'd be too much, but I do think Zion Williamson might be an option.
Fuck that.
You don't want Zion?
I used to be a Zion fan, not anymore.
Well, here's why. The Pelicans are about to go through a rebuild. They're going to want to get some draft capital. I think Zion Williamson can be had.
I think Giannis can be had.
Get him.
Okay, all right, you're right. I forgot about Giannis. I think Giannis is very fucking possible.
I think he's getting real frustrated.
Yeah, he's out. He's leaving Milwaukee.
He doesn't want to go to some big city either, dude. That's just a media creation.
He doesn't like playing. Like he's even said, he doesn't like doing that like buddy shit. He doesn't like teaming up with a bunch of super. Just come here, play with Cade. It's Detroit versus everybody. He's got that mentality too. Plus, Detroit's a French city. Let's go. Although he's Greek, so that doesn't fucking help. That fucked up. I messed up. But anyways, it's Europe. It's Europe.
Exactly.
It's all the same.
Yeah, Duran, Thompson, Holland, couple of picks, done.
So, dude, Zion's only 24 points a game. I know he's got the lazy fucking, stigma, and he takes.
It wouldn't work here.
He just doesn't. He just doesn't want. It seems like he doesn't want to be great anymore.
He'd rather chase fucking girls on social media and cause a problem all the time.
There's two things, dude, you can't fix. You can't fix cowardice, and you can't fix lazy.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean,
and I was a big Zion fan out of Duke, but since he's gotten the pros and got that bread, he ain't focused on trying to.
He just wants to chase fucking Instagram models and have beefs with them on.
Yeah,
I gotta read. Hold up. Time out. Let me read some super chats. I'm being disrespectful. We got some super chats. I'm being All right, Blue Wolverine. My bad, bro. You waited a long time. You sent this literally an hour ago. No, I'm wrong. But 30 minutes ago. I apologize. Blue Wolverine, $4.99. Mike Hoochies, Harry Alpha, Kenny Body. What is that? Your code to your cryptocurrency? Is these your little hints? Do you know what this means, Johnny?
I don't know what's going on.
You know what though? I like it though. I like it. $5 super chat. We appreciate you, Blue Wolverine. Hopefully Micah's doing well. Tell Micah, the Michigan at the Voice College Football, say hello. We got Tree Dog in the house, $1.99. Hey,
I met Tree Dog at the game.
I was just gonna say, you know who we met at the game? Tree Dog. You know who we didn't meet at the game? Burks. All right, Burks, you're a legend for ending that guy. All right, well, I didn't even know this was about Burks. It comes full circle. You're a legend for ending that guy. I wasn't there to see how he ended him, but we need to get the tape. All right, Wolverine Casual, $2 super chat. Give us win odds on every 2025 game. All right, let's do it. Let me pull it up. Let's pull it up. So all right, first game. All right, so AD, you're going to play along with us, okay?
Yeah.
So we have New Mexico in the house. Johnny, go first. AD, I'll go last. What's our win percent? Win probability?
100%.
100? What do you got, AD?
95.
Yeah,
don't put no 5% out there.
I actually am also at 95. I don't think I can go 100, but I'm going to go 95
I'm going
as well.
100.
100. All right, Oklahoma Sooners. What is the win probability of this game?
I'm going 50-50.
Okay, what are you going, AD?
I'm going to go 40-60.
Who's 40?
Us.
All right, I'm going 60-40 us. I think we win. Central Michigan Chippewas.
90. Michigan.
What do you got, AD?
90.
I'm also at 90. At Nebraska.
60-40 Michigan.
66.
That's funny. I'm at 65. So we're all on the same page here. Wisconsin Badgers.
I'm going to go the same, 60-40.
66.
I'm at 70. I think we kill these clowns. At
What are they looking like? Before you move on?
They're garbage.
Like, is he building anything there or what?
No. He tried to introduce an air raid type attack
at Wisconsin.
Yeah, he tried. He went away from their power run style and tried to get more air attack, and it just isn't. That's not how it works in the Big Ten, man. Like, did you not learn from Rich Rod? Did you not learn from Rich Rod? Everyone wants to see. The reality is, people want to try and be like Ohio State sometimes, but the reality is, you got to have the Jimmies and the Joes to be like Ohio State. You're not doing that. You're not doing that with 3 stars and low level 4 stars. It ain't happening. You got to have, if you don't have the size to play in that's like, USC learned the hard way what happens when you don't have the size to play in this conference. You're going to get bullied.
Are they still getting those offensive linemen?
They were. I don't know. I'll be honest. I haven't paid attention to Wisconsin recruiting the last year or two. But I mean, they were not too long ago getting still good offensive linemen. But I don't know. I mean, he's killing that program though.
I'm worried about this USC game.
All right, what do we at?
Me too.
I do 33-40%.
Really, Johnny?
Yep.
Where you at?
Nah, I can't. I'm not gonna go that low. But I'll go. Yeah. I'll go 55 Michigan.
I'm at 55. Okay, we're at the same. Washington.
60 Michigan.
I think we lose USC and come back and rebound. I put that one at about 70, 75.
We play Washington right after USC.
Yep.
At home.
Yep. It's at home.
Yeah.
At home.
Oh, okay.
So I'm at 60. Michigan State.
90.
I'm at 90.
Beating the fuck out of those guys.
Yeah. Purdue.
85.
Yeah. 90.
At Northwestern.
95.
90.
85. Maryland.
75.
80. Yeah, I'll go 80.
I'm at 75. Ohio State.
50-50.
Yeah, that's the logical 50-50.
Yeah. I'm going to go 55. I think we're going to beat them. I think it's at home. They lost a lot. They have 2 new coordinators. I just think I don't know. I like us. I like us in it. But we'll see. Obviously a tough game. Like no one's saying.
What do you think about sports books having us at about 8.5 over under for the win total this year?
I mean, I think it's fair. I'm at 9.
You got to prove it.
Yeah. If they had if they would have just filled those 2 holes on this roster, I'd be at 10 easy, and I would probably bet that 8-5. I'd probably bet it.
Yep, they're playing around. They're kind of playing with fire with this offensive line and these receivers a little bit.
I know, man.
Yeah, we got nothing out of the portal. We've got no recruiting wins right now, dude. It's bleak.
It'll be all right. I am not concerned about recruiting right now. I mean, landing Brady Smigiel honestly was a great get, and
was it?
I think
he's
so.
A beast, bro. He's a beast.
All right, you say so.
All right, let me ask you, AD, what don't you like about Brady?
It's not the player; it's everything. Like, dude, We're out on Osborne. I'm starting to get questions on McGee, man. I'm starting to wonder if that's the real problem here.
I have no issues with fans starting to question McGee. I do think my whole position is we got to start looking at the GM of college programs just like professional GMs. It's the same thing. Same thing. There's nothing wrong with being slightly critical of Sean McGee. I will say though, I think we're not in trouble yet. Like I'm not in a position where I'm worried about recruiting because they're in on a lot of top guys. Like they're in on Carter Meadows, or they're in on Leo Delaney and Malachi Lee. They can always get back into we lost Nate Marshall and they flipped him in November. I mean,
that was a fluke, bro. Come on.
Well, how is it? What about Shamari? What about
Shamari?
Underwood?
We were always in it for Shamari. That one wasn't a surprise, but Nate Marshall was out of nowhere. Like no one.
Yes, it was out of nowhere. That was completely out of nowhere. I don't disagree. But dude, Michigan has the financial capacity to do these types of things. Like Ty
so do
Haywood,
a lot of teams, dude. That's not the same anymore.
But,
I'm starting to think last year was a fluke.
What? How can you say that when this isn't even finished yet? We haven't even gone through October, November, December.
Whatever his name is, just put out a top 5 official visits. We're not on it.
Okay, but I never had him as a serious option for us.
So what's the other one? Like who are you in? Like who you think just kind of maybe not pencil him in, but you're 85-90% sure we're gonna get him right now. Big guys.
All right, I like Leo Delaney, who's the top 100 offensive lineman.
Yep.
I like I think we're gonna get Travis. I like Travis Johnson, CJ Sadler. I think Matt Lugwood's coming here. These are all blue chips. I think we're in a great position for Carter Meadows, who's like the number 8 player in the nation. I like Titan Davis, who's a top 100, the other edge. I like Titan Davis. Nice. I'm not saying we're going to get him though. So far, Titan Davis is the least of everybody so far that I think we could get. And I think Michigan is going to get Shadarius Tootle. I think they're playing. I think that's an NIL game, and I think when Michigan's ready to commit, he's going to flip to us from Auburn. And that's where I'm at.
Malachi Lee.
Oh, did I skip Malachi Lee? Yes, Malachi Lee too.
That's the other one we're in.
Yeah, I think so too. That's where I'm at. But that's not it. I think Michigan. See, one of the things is I do believe, and maybe I'm wrong, and you can call me out, AD. In November, you can call me out, but I believe Michigan's going to allow teams to deplete their resources, and they're going to come swoop these guys up. Because what's going to happen is they're going to commit their resources to these other schools are going to commit their resources to other kids, just like LSU did. They couldn't offer Bryce Underwood anymore. Alabama was tapped out on their resources, couldn't counter Michigan. I think that's what Michigan's trying to do is swoop in and steal kids at the bell.
That's a fair assumption, and it is a fact. Most of our top guys came from flips last year. That is a dangerous game to play year in, year out.
I don't disagree, but Georgia and Alabama have always played that game. They've always played that game, and just like we had Matt on a little bit ago, Texas is playing that game also. They were ranked 30th in May. They're the number 1 class. The top programs know not to outbid themselves. You don't want to so that's my position. Now we'll see if I'm right, but I feel confident that is the philosophy. I know for a fact Michigan's not out of NIL. I know that. I know that the Ellisons have committed money to Michigan every year for the foreseeable future. There's a lot of money from them for the foreseeable future, and not just football. Okay, so and they're not the only donors. There's other donors. The donors have been rallied. So there's not. It's just Sean McGee's trying to be efficient with it. We'll see. We'll see. I can't say I love how he handled the portal because I don't.
I got a question, TJ, that you might know or not. Are they utilizing the Jordan brand at all?
Yeah, they try. They promote the Jordan brand all the time. It's on all their recruiting graphics, all the envelopes they sell.
I'm saying are deals for a certain
player. NIL. I don't know. I don't think so because you don't see a lot of kids with the Jordan NIL.
I don't think they can.
Why not?
Yeah, that's something Nike would have to do. I don't know.
Well, are we even allowed to get gear?
That's what I'm saying is.
Are we allowed to what?
You're a Jordan brand. Why aren't you trying to get a star guy? You get what I'm saying?
I'm pulling B-Dub up. What up, B-Dub?
I would go tap in, bro. AD, man, you gotta be more fucking tapped in, bro. It's gonna be okay.
Dude, I'm out on the recruiting these days, man. I could be totally out of
No,
it. Bro.
I mean, I get where you're coming from, though. I get where you're coming from, though. But you gotta see though that everyone we're playing a different level of game now. AD, like we're with the big boys now. But we got these big recruits. They keep as long as you're stoking the fire, man. Through these cycles, right? Through through the summer into fall, man. As long as you're getting these visits in and shit, dude, keeping the fire warm, dude. Just come near the end, bro. Be like, dude, we're here. We'll give you like $750, man, to come, and they'll be like, okay.
I'll tell you what'll shut me up. Go get Savion Hyder, and I'll shut up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think we're in for him, dude. I think we're in.
I think we are too, but we'll see. I mean, he's gonna do so his whole entire recruitment's low key. He likes it that way. He's going to do his official visits, and then he's going to make a decision in July. But like AD, I'm going to tell you this right now. Your concerns, a lot of the fan base feels that way. I have people DM me these same exact questions. A lot of the fan base is concerned. They're concerned. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with what you're. Like Michigan's got to step up. Like everyone's hoping that it's not a 1-year fluke, which I'm confident it's not. And everyone's hoping we don't waste Bruce Underwood's three-year window. That's really the concern of the fan base. But I mean, I just think we need to be patient. That's my position.
I like Travis Johnson as much as anyone else, dude. We need more than just that and CJ Sadler, dude.
You wouldn't be happy with Travis Johnson, CJ Sadler, and I will say this, and I don't know how. I will say this though. Michigan's trying to get Calvin Russell, and they have Brady Smigiel working on him. We'll see. He's the number 5 wide receiver in the nation.
Dude, we just missed on Derek Meadows, man. Can't Bryce go make a call and get him up from Bama or something?
They didn't miss. All right, so me and John got lit in on that. I know exactly what went down on that. Me and John got lit in on a very we know what happened. So what happened is Michigan offered the most money and he wanted more to come here. He still wanted more. Even though Michigan offered more than Alabama, he wanted more than what they offered.
I might have said something yesterday about that.
All right, well, I can't be mad at that then.
Yeah, and I promise that's legit intel. I promise, because like we're very fortunate how we got that information. I'll just say that.
I believe you. That's all right. I can't be mad at that then.
Yeah. So it is what it is. It is what it is, because like receivers want more to come here. They're trying to tax Michigan.
Yeah. Well, we don't have a good track record, right? I mean, exactly. He was the last great wide receiver that we utilized.
If you want to argue Nico Collins, but we didn't utilize him. So
no,
who was
Braylon Edwards? I think that's
Mario Manningham.
No, Mario Manningham. Yep, Mario Manningham. That's correct. Mario Manningham was the last one.
Well, I mean, did you see the spring game?
I know. Right.
Yeah.
It didn't help. It didn't help. Yeah.
Like we didn't really help ourselves at all during
our fucking fullback was our leading receiver.
That was let's be honest, man. That was a bad spring game, dude, all around.
I wanted more. I'll be honest.
I thought it was pretty bad. I had different takes for sure, man. Like I thought Jay Davis played pretty well. Like I thought he threw great balls downfield. He had a great deep ball. Like I could see him trying to find it. It was better than Bryce. I felt like Bryce was just, obviously he's throwing all different types of people. Everything's going on, right? He was a little delayed. But I thought Davis was like, okay, I got touch. I'm like, oh, I see it. Okay. Wasn't caught, but I see it.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, they only played the backs a little bit, and they look good in that. And Justice, hey, TJ, you and I are going to be right. He's the number 1 running back, bro.
Yeah, I think he showed that in the spring game too. I do think it's Justice Hands. I do.
I'm sticking by that.
Yeah, I am too. I'm riding with it.
Marshall, bro. This is why I say it's Jordan, because we don't know how good this offensive line is going to be. Mm-hmm. So just thinking you just going to pop out and get 20 yards going to the outside, it ain't guaranteed that's going to be there.
Yeah,
Jordan Marshall gonna get you them tough yards where you got to work for them.
Open up the chance for Justice to go get those big plays, man.
I don't even know why I have this schedule. My bad.
Honestly, what I need someone. I don't even need someone, dude. I need Evan Link to
play like
I don't know, like if you need to give him Captain America serum, or something. Like this guy needs to like find his inner fucking warrior.
Are you talking about steroids, B-Dub?
Dude, something, dude. He needs something, dude, to light a fire inside of him, dude. Because the blatant disrespect he's getting, from everyone in the facility because he just can't hack it, and it does show.
Whoa! What do you mean? What do you mean the disrespect from everyone in the facility?
I mean, if I was him, I would see it as disrespect. But dude, you gotta show up, dude. You gotta dig deep, dude, and find whatever the fuck people think you got. You better show it, dude, because this is it. Like you're probably gonna be the left tackle starting this year. You need to show the fuck up. And I don't know if it's I hope it's not him. That they say Frazier may have a chance if he gets healthy. But it's like, dude, you need to like step the fuck up, dude. You got fucking Andrew Babaloa out here, dude, getting fucking whispers and shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, isn't that sad? That's sort of fucking pathetic.
We're just gonna have that hole on the line this year, dude. I've just come to accept
that's a bad hole. Like you can guard is a hole that you can, if you have a good center.
Blame Sean McGee.
I know.
Why didn't we go get someone in the portal?
I don't disagree, man. I'm with you. The portal, I'm not happy with. I'm not happy.
Ohio State got 2 fucking starting offensive linemen. We got jack shit.
You know what I think what happened? I think it was the Notre Dame thing. I think the Notre Dame really fucked us because I think we were going to get that tackle from them. And when that didn't go through because of him in the winter, right?
Yeah, because Michigan wouldn't do an athletic exemption and allow him to be part of the winter semester. Because Michigan,
I think that was it. I think they had all the eggs in one basket. They're like, dude, we're gonna snag. We got the other guy. We'll get the other one.
We have 4 months to prepare for the spring portal, man.
Then tell fucking Ellison to drop a bag off to those guys. Bribe their way into this shit. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I am.
All right, excuses, man. Like we just want a natty. We got the biggest bag in the world. Figure it the fuck out.
I just don't understand more. Like this is all on Moore. At the end of the day, like you recruited these guys. This is your.
Well, it's Moore and McGee. Moore and McGee deserve the attention, but I also just want to stress. Well, I will say the portal was handled poorly, so I'm not even going to try.
Harbaugh was doing better in the portal than this.
Dude, Harbaugh was masterclass in the portal, bro. He was getting like
4 to 6 2 back-to-back tackles out of the portal.
Well, there is no Olu in this one though. That was rare.
Yeah, that was rare.
But he got Henderson, and then he got the one who just went in. So
Josiah Stewart out of the portal.
Yes.
Well, hey, we got a punter.
Josh Wallace out of the portal. David Zavada out of the portal.
Well, hey, McGee got us a punter.
Yeah, like 93rd in the fucking nation, bro. What? He might not even win the job. Jesus. Anyways,
we'll see, dude, but yeah, nonetheless, I mean, it's.
All right, let me. I'm sorry, B. What were you saying?
No, I'm saying no. Something he didn't do. It's like they're just sticking to their guns with Evan. Like even last year, we're like, dude, Evan, like, what is going on here? What's going on here? And then, okay, like you said, like he shows 3 or 4 good games, but everything else, it's like his pass pro is absolutely dog shit, and it's laughable. And you're at right tackle, man. Now we're going to left tackle.
I know the more important.
It's like even more important, bro. And like
Miles Hinton out of the portal, Drake Nugent out of the portal. Like, how are we not doing better?
It makes no sense.
It don't make no sense. Wolverine Casual, $2 super chat. Hoffman legacy game. You're right. It was a legacy game for Hoffman. Shout out to Wolverine Casual. But I mean, we did get Justice Haynes out of the portal. We did get Trey Williams out of the portal. I do think the Damon Payne addition out of the portal was good. Hopefully, Brady Norton or Lawrence Tatar could surprise us, and hopefully McCauley. McCauley's a good get. I mean, it's not like we didn't get anybody. It's just we have a big hole at left tackle, and I don't know.
Well, I think, like I said, I think that's what it was. Like they winter was awesome for us. We got a bunch of dudes, and I felt like they were really going to snag that tackle from Notre Dame. And when like you said they didn't get the exemption, he went somewhere else. And I think he was like he had the visit and everything. Oh no, that was it. He declined the visit at the last minute, didn't he?
Yeah, he went one went to like Nebraska, and the other one went to what, Illinois or some shit.
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know.
The big let me say this real quick, TJ. The big difference between us and like Texas is reloading in the portal. the last 2 years. They lose like 10, 12 players each year.
Mm-hmm.
Right back at it in the portal. All right, let's go.
Yeah, Texas. Yeah, Sark's
It
got
also
that
helps when you're fucking state.
Yeah, the
That's the
oil
only thing
money
that
is
bumps the
true.
shit out of me about Michigan, bro, dude. Like our state sort of sucks, and I don't,
What?
let's just say,
I love Michigan. Stop it.
well, let's just say we don't do enough of the fucking 5-on-5s or 7-on-7s and all that shit. Whatever. Maybe quarterbacks we're decent at, but everyone else we just don't put enough people out there to go. But fuck, dude, like Texas, California, Florida, dude. Just it sucks, dude, when you just don't have those talent-rich
Yeah,
states
it's
where you just have the size. You have the size. You have the height. You have the size. Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right. So we're at the 3-hour mark. We hit it. So how about this? Final thoughts from everybody. Give me a record prediction, B-Dub and AD. So final thoughts, B-Dub.
Final thoughts is I feel optimistic. I feel good. I feel good about everything. I'm hoping I hope we can clutch it up in the fall, right? Like I think a lot of things are going to come together. I think the wide receiver recruiting class will come together. I don't like Brian Jean-Marie's recruiting. It's pretty obvious for everybody. I think he's pretty bad right now. Because we nav and top people that just you gotta fight for. I mean you gotta fight nonetheless, but whatever. So I just hope we can clutch it up in the fall when we play some games. People see what we're capable of. And I think we'll be able to clutch it up, which sucks. I think a lot of kids sometimes want to commit, obviously going into their senior year there. So we'll see. I just want to get more defense and some skill positions on offense, honestly, out of the class. That would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be nice.
Give me a record prediction, B-Dub.
I think we'll go. I really want to say 9-3, but I want to be more optimistic and say 10-2. Because really 9-3 would be we lose to Oklahoma, Ohio State, and USC. Because I do think that USC game, maybe Lincoln Riley maybe gets it just enough together. It's all the way in the West Coast, and that's going to be a decent team. Not probably a great team like it was last year. Like last year was just an okay team, and we pulled it out. But they may be a little better. We'll see if he has magic with that quarterback he has. That's a freshman or a junior or a sophomore or something like that. So I think 10-2. I think 10-2. Yeah.
Okay. 10-2. What do you got, AD, for us? What's your thoughts?
So bad spring game, bad portal, bad offseason overall. And that's the bad. Good news is we still got Bryce. We're a very talented team, very easy schedule. And I think we're going to go 10-2, and it's all going to work out. And we're going to be even better in 26 and a natty contender in 27. So that's what I think.
There you go. I like it. All right. So this is the conclusion of the call-in show. Johnny, I'll get your thoughts here, but we'll get B-Dub and AD off the screen. I appreciate you guys for calling in, man. Thank you, everybody, for rocking with us. We'll be here again next week. B-Dub, appreciate you, man. Thanks for showing up to the spring game and saying hello, unlike Burks. We appreciate you.
No problem, guys. You should have stayed around longer, dude. I was trying to get you nachos, but I don't know where you were at.
That was you with all the snacks.
I went to the beer line and they didn't have any beer.
No
I was trying to get another beer, bro. Like, come on,
dude. I was at Chop House that night too. I must have missed you guys.
You were there?
I saw Wink. Were you guys in that top room up there?
We were right in the front.
Okay, because I saw Wink. He was in some back room up there. I was in the back room, but he was in like some stairs room. He came from the top, and I said, "Oh, hey, coach! Wow, small world. Just hey." And then he's like, "Hey," and then just kept walking. Then I
really, he fucking came to our table, bro. I don't know. It was cool.
Yeah, well, we had all the Michigan gear on.
I thought I was some weirdo.
He literally walked right to us, man. It was cool as fuck. But all right, B-Dub, appreciate you. Go Blue, brother.
Go Blue.
Go Blue, boys. Later.
Go Blue, my friend. All right, Johnny. Our first show was a 3-hour hitter. We achieved our goal. We came, we conquered. We talked with Buckeyes. We talked with a bunch of Michigan fans. I think we had a great show tonight. Appreciate everyone who's a part of it. Johnny, any final thoughts? And you want to let people know where else they can find you, even though you will now be here every Thursday forever.
Forever.
Captain America does not die, dog. Captain America does not die. Unless you watch Marvel. Don't watch Marvel. Anyways, but go on. And final thoughts, brother.
But yeah, we got a long time before the season. I mean, it'll go by fast and slow, if that makes sense.
There'll be moments it'll be slow as shit.
Exactly. So what you saw in the spring game, it's not gonna. You can't take that as what this team will be. You just can't. It's the way they pick teams and all that. You can't take it too serious. And Bryce is so young. The receivers are so young. They need all the time they can get. So this offseason, they're gonna be putting in a lot of work. And then they got fall camp, but it is what it is. So we're gonna see what we got. But check me out, Johnny Olden Jr. on YouTube, car lives, weekend live shows, call-in shows, and also check me out on Twitter. Also, Johnny Olden Jr.
Yeah, definitely, man. And you guys already know where you can find me, TJ_Ronin. I have a Twitter. I have built an Instagram. I have to get used to using it, but I'll just be honest. I'm busy. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We'll get it going, though. But if you guys give me a follow on Instagram, I would appreciate that. It would mean a lot because I am trying to build that up as well. We'll get there. But the good news is we'll be here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Look forward to the call-in show. It's a new era. And apparently we're 2 shows away from a year. Thanks to Jackson Johnson for pointing that out to me. But all right, boys, appreciate you guys. Have a good weekend, everybody. We will see you next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Me and John D'Adamo for Michigan Live. And then you already know me and Johnny Olden will be in the house next Thursday, 8 p.m. And as you guys know, it is always go blue.
Blue.